All right. Says we are live. We'll see. I'm going to jump right into this since I am late. Barely got out from under a car in time. So forgive me for coming in unprepared. Let's see here. Let's pull me down. Make me smaller. Boom. Get me out of the way. Boom. Boom. Here we go. All right.
To our beautiful country. Just as I promised, we're making the Trump tax cuts permanent and delivering no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on social. Front row Joe. We got a lot of front row Joes here. That's very nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And we have Mr. Wall. Someday I'm buying that. Telling
Why
you.
do I have no sound?
I like that suit. I'll walk up one day. I'll be dressed like a wall, just
What
like
happens
you.
if I play?
I think he's
somebody
come to
else?
about 200 rallies, and that means you like us. And I think he's a very successful
Okay, so a cat
believe
got
it
in
or not.
here.
He's a top accountant.
No.
Can you believe this? And he comes to rallies. He likes the rallies.
Yeah, okay. I've got a
Front row
headphone
Joes,
glitch.
they're all successful.
That's beautiful. So my
But
streaming
this is
software
what they do
reset
for
itself. I'm
entertainment.
betting.
But now it's not entertainment.
No, they're on.
We've saved our country. We've got the hottest country anywhere in the world, as said by many, many leaders of other
Right now I
countries.
am doing my very best not to get angry.
And
so
we
I
will
apologize.
ignite trillions of
Everything
dollars
should
in
be working.
economic growth, increase
I have no
take-home
idea
pay for the
what's
typical
going on.
family by more than
The headphones always worked.
$10,000 a year.
Until suddenly now.
And very importantly for Iowa, this bill rescues over 2 million family farms from the so-called estate tax or the
Yeah,
death
okay.
tax. In other words,
I have zero sound, so I'm going to
Trump,
figure out what my cat did. Hang
you were
on.
losing farms to the banks. Before Trump, you were losing the farms like nobody's ever seen before. You love your children. You don't feel so well. You pass away. You leave everything to your children, and they have to pay a big estate tax or a death tax, as we call it. And they couldn't do it. They go out and borrow money, and all of a sudden the bank is foreclosing on the farm. Not going to happen. You have no more estate tax. You have no more death tax to pay. Now, that's if you love your children. If you don't love your children, it doesn't matter. Just forget about what I said. Not going to help you. But if you love them, or if you love somebody that you're leaving it to, think of that. No death tax, no estate tax, no going to the banks and borrowing from, in some cases, a fine banker, and in some cases, Shylocks and bad people. But they took away a lot of family. They destroyed a lot of families. But we did the opposite. So just remember, to me, it's so important, and it was mostly important for places like we're at right now. It's really, I'm so proud of it. At the same time,
I'm really hoping nobody's
this
in
bill
my
cuts
chat.
$1.5
Because I'm
trillion
gonna be
dollars
playing
in spending.
6,
So
8.
wasteful spending is being cut by $1.5 trillion. And I got to tell you, I want to thank Republican congressmen and women, because what they did is incredible last night, and the Senate,
Yeah,
the
enjoy this
Republican Senate.
happy, but
we
that's
got,
the way it is.
not with all of the things we did with the tax cuts and
find out
rebuilding
why
our
I have no
military,
sound.
not one Democrat voted for us. And I
it's
think
got
we
sound
use
over
it
there.
in the campaign that's
not to
coming up,
me.
the midterms, because we got to beat them. But all of the things that we've
Wow,
given, and
so
they
it's
wouldn't vote only
here.
because they hate Trump.
But
I hate them too, you know that? So it's sort of, I really do, I hate them. I cannot stand them because I really believe they hate our country. You want to know the truth? But it kicks illegal aliens off of Medicaid and food stamps and allows us to hire 3,000 new Border Patrol agents and 10,000 new ICE agents, and they are great patriots, the Border Patrol and ICE, to carry out the largest deportation operation in the history of our country. And I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that.
Something
but
in my computer.
we have a country. We have a
has
country to run,
screwed
and we have
me,
so many
and
people
I
coming
do
in that
not
shouldn't be
have
here. And they
any,
did. They came in from prisons, and they came in
I
from
can't hear Trump's speech.
drugs and gangs.
I do not
and
understand what is
drug
going
lords,
on.
the worst in the world.
Don't know why.
They came in from mental institutions. They emptied
you guys are
mental
getting the sound just
institutions
fine.
into our wonderful country. And I know exactly what's going on in Iowa. You had some horrible crime in
I'm
Iowa
really
caused
upset.
by illegal aliens, but we're getting them the hell out of here. We have no choice.
Desktop is
And
playing.
our great, big, beautiful bill
are getting
will
it.
build the Golden Dome missile defense
So I'll
shield.
let you
We're
listen
gonna
to
have the
Donald
best
Trump.
shield.
Well,
And you saw that just the other day, where the missiles
I
are
don't
being
get to hear
shot
it.
down one after another. You know, they called me to tell me they have to take a shot at us. This was Iran, very respectful. That means they respect us. Because we dropped 14 bombs, they said, we'd like to take 14 shots at you. I said, go ahead, I understand.
Well, I don't care.
They
At least
said,
you guys can hear
where
it.
they'd do it, I said, good. We emptied out the fort. It was a beautiful military base in Qatar who treated us fantastically well. And they said, sir, 1 o'clock, okay? I said, it was fine. We could make it later. And we had nobody but 4 gunners. We had 4, they call them gunners, and they shoot the Patriots, they shoot the missiles up. It's hard to believe.
Output.
So all of a sudden they said, we're ready. And they were a little nervous about doing it, I want to tell you. Can you imagine? They were nice enough. This is Iran to call me and tell me that they would like to shoot me at 14 times. So they want to shoot us. And I said, go ahead. And they shot 14 high-grade, very fast missiles. Every single one of them was shot down routinely by these 4 unbelievable gunmen. And they did their job, and that was the end of that. But the big thing was the attack on their nuclear facilities, what those people did. And you know they're going to be in Washington tomorrow at the White House. We're going to be celebrating. We took not only the pilots, but the people that flew the other planes, but also the mechanics that had these planes going for 37 hours without a stop. You know, we had it was so far away, we had 52 tankers. Think of that, 52, that's loaded up with oil. I wouldn't want to fly one of those suckers over Iran. I say, what happens if they're shot at? Well, sir, that's a tough situation. It's not a pretty sight, but they were unbelievable. 52 tankers to load them up. They followed the planes in, and they never had to stop for fuel. They went 37 hours, actually. And how incredible. What equipment. What equipment. And, you know, China, Russia, they were all watching. Everybody was watching.
I need a reboot.
We have the greatest equipment anywhere in the world. We have the greatest people anywhere in the world. And we have the strongest military anywhere in the world. But we're going to fully modernize our air traffic control system and expand school choice and really so much more. By the way, the air traffic control, you probably don't have that problem here. You know, you have planes land like they, but in some congested areas, you saw what happened with the helicopter and the plane and a lot of
I'll
other
be deleting
things.
this stream
If
and
we
stop
had
it in a second.
Great equipment, and we should have had. It was all set up to go.
Can't get
and then
any
Biden
sound,
canceled the order when he came in, but he canceled a lot of orders because he didn't know what the hell he was doing. There's a case would have never happened. Bells would have gone off, whistles would have gone off, everything would have gone off. It would have never happened. Very simply, the one big beautiful, the strongest border on earth, the strongest economy on earth, the strongest military on earth, and ensure the United States of America will remain the strongest country anywhere on this beautiful planet of ours. 165 days into the Trump administration, America is on a winning streak like, frankly, nobody's ever seen before in the history of the presidency. I said, they said, you know, sir, you're going to go down as one of the greatest presidents ever. I said, really? No, I said, really? I said, better than Washington? They said, yes, sir. I said, better than Honest Abe Lincoln? They said, yes, sir. I said, I like this guy that said that. That's a smart guy. He's up for a big promotion right now.
Neato.
But just a few months ago, our country was cold as ice. We were laughed at all over the world. We were laughed at. Think of it, a year ago, we were laughed at.
Jay Watterson.
A bunch of clowns.
You guys can hear this, but I cannot
They were
because for some reason my headphones are not
having
working.
To do with our country.
So
I
don't know why it's blanking either whenever I come over here to change something.
Great leaders, strong, powerful, very rich leaders too, by the way. But great leaders, very smart people. And
I don't even know if you can hear me because I can't hear the mix. I can't hear anything.
Essentially, they said, you know,
if I can't fix this in a minute or two, I'm just
going
to log off because I do not know what the problem
is. We thought it was dead.
My headphones are on. Everything's working.
Dead. And they were
my outputs all show it's going out, so either something died in my receiver or the computer.
4.5 months. It was a couple of months ago. He said,
I know you guys can hear me and you can hear it. I cannot hear Trump. I can only read
it. Anywhere in the world. There's no country in the world you talked about all over the world. You got the hottest, smartest, sharpest country. And by the way, look at our stock market. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars on tariffs with no inflation. And today we just set another record, the highest stock market in history. No inflation. And one of the great economists from the Wharton School of Finance, where I happened to go, he apologized. He says, you know, I think Trump outsmarted us all. And yesterday was the poll, and out of 77 economists, I came in second. I want to find the guy that came out first. There's somebody came
Right
in
back.
first.
Let me see. My wife still has a wired pair
But
of headphones.
we said what was going to happen, and it's happening. And I'll tell you what, we had the greatest economy in the history of my first term. This is going to blow it away. You watch. This is going to blow it away. For the first time in years, this 4th of July, the economy is roaring, incomes are soaring, wages are up, prices are down. Gasoline. You see what's going on with gasoline? It's way down. See what's going on with eggs? Eggs are way down, eggs. Remember I came in my first week, the fake news, those guys right there, look at all of them. Wow, that's a, wow. No, a lot of fake, no, but we like them. It just shows you, when you can get every story, 100% of the stories, no matter what you do that's good, they make it as bad as possible, and then you win in a landslide. There's something wrong. But the fake news hit me with eggs, remember, first week. 4 days. Eggs are through the roof. I said, I just got here. What's going on with eggs? Tell me. I didn't hear about it. They're up 5 times higher than they should be.
Well, we're about to find out if it's my computer
but they
or
were
my headphones.
Secretary of
If these
Agriculture,
play out,
who I think is with us tonight.
means it's my
Brooke,
computer.
Oh, look at you.
So, yeah.
Look, she is here. She flew all the way from, she comes from Texas, but I think she likes Iowa maybe even better. Look at her. You did a good job with groceries and with eggs. We'll tell you, it's true. They said, we have them this time, finally. It took an egg to get me, but that didn't happen either. Now they're down to a normal price, and people are ordering like crazy. But inflation is dead. 401ks and retirement accounts just hit an all-time record high. Did I hear what I think I heard? But we've achieved the lowest level of illegal border crossings in U.S. history, 0 illegals. Think of it, we had 0. And as I said, and I'll say it again, I love it because...
Oh! No! Did this thing just stop the stream? Ha! It did. It just stopped the stream. Ha ha ha! Now I gotta try to restore. I'm about to quit for this. No, I don't want to give up.
with them, and we're going to work very strong and smart.
Yeah, Jay
We're gonna
Watterson,
put you in
enjoy
charge.
this. I'll
We're
be
gonna make you
deleting this when I'm
responsible.
done.
And I think
This
that
is
that's gonna make
pure
a lot of people
stupidity
happy.
here,
Now,
'cause
serious
as soon as I log
radical
on,
right
once
people who
again,
I also
another
happen to
problem.
like a lot, they may not be
I know
quite
you
as
guys
happy,
can
but
hear
they'll
me. You can hear
understand, won't
Trump.
they? You
I
think
can't hear
so?
Trump at all, and
Madam
it
Secretary,
is in my
look at you
computer.
with the white hat on. Do you think they'll understand
I
that
have
you're the one that brought
nothing.
this whole situation up? Brooke Rollins
So
brought
yeah,
it
even
up,
with
and
wired
she said,
headphones, I have nothing. So
so we
anybody
have
out there's a
little problem.
genius,
The
let me
farmers
know
are
what the
losing
heck is
a lot of
going
people.
on.
And we figured it out, and we have some great stuff being written, and let the farmers be responsible. And then if the farmers don't do a good job, we'll throw them the hell out of the country. We'll
Yeah.
let the guys, we'll let the illegals
So-
stay, and we'll throw the farmer the hell out.
Anybody happens to know anything a lot about
Any
computers, I
farmer,
think my
I'm telling
sound
you.
card might have just
But
crapped.
violent, now okay, so the fake news will write that. Donald Trump will throw farmers out of our country. They will write it. Because whenever I'm sarcastic, you know, when you can't be sarcastic as a politician. Well, if you're me, you can't be if you're So I want to say I was only kidding. No, the fake news will write it. Donald Trump wants all farmers thrown the hell out of our country.
I don't know why it's doing that
booed
either.
The hell out of them. There was no boo.
Do this.
No, they're fake news.
I don't
That's
know why
why
it's
nobody
blanking
watches
it on
them
you
anymore.
guys. That makes no
Violent crime is
sense.
plummeting, and we're
I should be able to do this without it doing
the
that.
lowest murder rate ever recorded by the end of this year. It looks like we're doing way good. And that's knowing that we have a lot of people in the country that we didn't have in the country.
Yeah, I can read it, Andrew.
5 years ago.
I got the caps on so I can read it. But the problem is I'm having an issue where I have no sound through my headphones, even though you guys are perfectly fine, are hearing it just fine.
It wasn't obliterated. It was maybe damaged or damaged badly.
And I do not know if my computer dumped or not. I'm not a computer whiz. So I'm just running around trying to find something.
Energy commissions, everything that's been obliterated. And they were trying to
I did that.
demean me by saying
I did that.
but they
Sound
were
mixer
really
right here. Yeah,
demeaning
I
those
did that.
great
It's full up. I got
people
nothing.
and
I even
mechanics.
plugged
They
a
got
pair of
those
wired
planes over
headphones
there
into my port,
were
and I
able
got
to shoot
nothing.
from high up in the air,
So-
going very, very fast.
Yeah,
with
they're up.
Potentially a lot of things
I should
being
have
shot
sound
at
out in
them
these
and
headphones.
hit every single one.
It even
Every
shows
single-
it's
they tried
playing
to
sound
demean
through 'em.
me, but to me, they were demeaning them.
Yeah.
And they got out of the plane and they said, "What?"
In fact,
the
my
hell?
headphones just
We
shut
hit
down now
every
as they're not
single
getting an
target. They
input.
know better than anybody, but now that's been proven. It's CNN
Wonder if
fake
it's
news and
YouTube
scammers that work for them, scam writers that work for them. But we understand
Yeah,
it.
you
and
guys are
we,
getting it.
fight
I can
back,
read
and
it,
a lot of
so
people say, "Sir,
I'll go with that for
don't
right now. I don't know if I
criticize
might
it
delete
because
this
they're
stream when
beneath
I'm
you."
done
No,
because
they're
this
not
is
beneath you. Nobody's beneath. You got to put it.
I'm
otherwise
annoyed. I had a
people don't
long, hard
understand.
day, and
If
I
you
thought
don't
something
say
fun, but
something about
nope.
it, you got to say it. These people
I even tried my
did one of
different
the
sound
greatest
cards in this and
military
nothing.
hits
Money,
and maneuvers
that's
in the history of our country,
real
and I
tech.
want them to
Something.
be appreciated for it. So they're coming to the White House tomorrow night, and I'm signing the bill with the Speaker of the House. And by the way, Mike Johnson did a great job.
Actually, I shouldn't even
John
be working
Thune
on
did
where
a
I
great
am.
job.
Andrew, thank you. I did
This
change
was-
it. I have
this
sound
whole
now.
2
Hopefully
weeks
you
has been
guys still have
incredible,
sound.
isn't it? You know, when you think of all of the victories, we stopped 5 nations from going to war, and somebody else will get the Nobel Peace Prize for their writing about Donald Trump. A
Thumbs up in the
professor at
chat
some
if you
school
still
that
have
you've never
sound.
heard of
I got
has
mine. I'm on a
received
whole
the Nobel
different.
Prize for
My
his
computer has 2 or
writing
3
about Donald
sound
Trump and
cards.
what
I run
Donald
a different
Trump
one
did.
right now.
I'll say, what about me? I don't get it, but that's one of those things. But think of it, we stopped India.
Thank you,
and
Andrew, for your
Pakistan.
help.
We stopped Kosovo and Serbia. They've been fighting for a
Okay.
long time. And a lot of it was trade. I said, you're not going to trade with us if you're going to go to war. And India, Pakistan was big, very big for a different reason. I mean, they have little things called nuclear weapons. You would have had pretty soon a nuclear war. We stopped that. In Africa, you
Thumbs
look
up
at
in the
what
chat if
was
that's
going
loud
on in
enough
the
for you guys.
Congo
I think I can
with
turn it up a
Rwanda.
little more, but I think
war
that
was
is
going on
almost
for
it.
30 years.
Let me tell you, it's
30
down here.
years, and we
That's
stopped
max
it, and
there.
it was vicious. 6 million people killed, and it was a bad one. It was killed and killed badly. Machetes. A machete. You know what a machete is? You don't want to know. And we just did a really
Machete.
great job. And then, of course, you cap it off with the hit, the perfect hit in Iran, where they were talking awfully badly. You know, death to America, death to Israel. They were talking awfully badly, and they're not talking badly anymore, to be honest with you. And we might even meet with them and see if they want to meet. They want to meet, and we'll see if we can do something. But they want to meet. I think they want to meet very badly. But our allies have agreed to
That
pay
guy right over his
$1
shoulder
trillion a year
in the
for
Hawkeye
our defense.
sombrero,
You saw what
man, he
happened in
looks
NATO. In
like
fact, we
he's on a
have
mission
our
almost.
ambassador to NATO here. Where's our you know that guy? In Iowa, they know him. Big Matt Whitaker. We have Matt Whitaker from Iowa. I wasn't going to hire him, and then I said, Matt, you come from Iowa, don't you? Yes, sir, I do. Okay, you're hired. Anybody comes from Iowa, I hire. And every branch of the U.S. military is setting records for new enlistments. You know, remember a year ago, it was embarrassing. They couldn't get anybody to go into the military. They couldn't get anybody to go into the police or fire departments. They couldn't get anybody to go into government. And now we just set a record, a new record of enlistments in every single
That's
branch
crazy.
of the military and in all
Let's
police
go,
forces.
man. Couldn't get enlistments under Biden.
1 year
lowest
ago, I remember
in
saying to
decades
our
under
great
Biden.
First Lady, I said,
Now
you know,
highest.
First Lady, I call her First
Damn
Lady because
right.
it makes me feel good. First Lady, isn't it terrible? You're saying good night, First Lady, my darling. Because it reminds me that I'm president. That's why.
If my mix isn't
No, I
right, let
said,
me know, guys,
First Lady,
because something got
it's
changed,
terrible.
obviously.
Nobody wants to join our military force. And you know, that was very demeaning to the people that are in there that have been in
How
there
many
for a
more
long time
excuses
doing
do
a
the
good job.
Democrats have?
And then all of a sudden, like, we get elected.
Oh,
and there's a spirit
God,
in
the
country,
border,
and
we
start
can't
doing
close the
well. We
border.
have
Trump
victory
gets
after
in.
victory
Zip.
in so many different things, especially economically. We're doing so good. We have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing in from other countries. We have plants being built all over.
Oh, God, the
I mean, a
recruiting
little less
numbers
here
are
because
down.
You have enough with your
Trump
farm.
gets in,
By the way,
boom.
but I did
Sooner
get
or later,
beef,
Democrats,
and I got
it's
ethanol
you. You got to
into
figure out it's
Europe.
you.
You saw that. You saw that.
Your policies.
United Kingdom, they didn't want to do it. You know, they never took our beef and they never took our ethanol, and we said, you got to do it, and they did, and they were great. We made a wonderful trade deal with them, but
Dude,
we're doing
us
that
in the
all
UK,
over. Is
we should be
ethanol very
strong.
important still for Iowa? Is it so? Yes? Anyway, so they're taking it in the United Kingdom, and beef, they never took it because they want to do their own. You know, they have a lot of farms and a lot of farmers, and they want to do their own, but they took it, and it's going to be great. You're going to do, I'll tell you what, the farmers here
Andrew,
are going to do
you're
incredibly.
UK,
Plus,
right?
we have tariffs on a
Don't
lot
you
of
guys
this
have
stuff
more sheep than
that was
cows?
coming in and absolutely
I mean,
killing
us,
you
we
when they
barely have
different-
any sheep. Ours,
different
we do
forms of
beef and
vegetation
pigs.
coming in at prices that were very, very bad for you. And a lot of it comes in because they want to put you out of business, and then they want to raise the prices. And we're not letting that happen to the farmers and to Iowa, to Nebraska and Wisconsin and all these other places that have been so great. And in breaking news just yesterday, we reached a historic trade agreement with Vietnam to open their markets to American exports with zero tariffs. They get zero tariffs. And you're going to be giving them vast amounts of farm product, including beef, pork, poultry, dairy, and pure Iowa ethanol. You're going to be given all of those products. And the fact is, I could go on, but the fact is really strong, and it's stronger than it's ever been, and stronger than I've ever seen. The golden age of America is upon us. This is a golden age. This is such a beautiful term, the golden age. And I couldn't have even said it in my first term. I'm telling you, this is going to blow the first term away, and we did great. We got great marks in the first term, and this is going to blow it away. This incredible national resurgence is happening just in time for one of the biggest events in the history of our country. Exactly 1 year from tomorrow, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of America's founding with a birthday party.
Well, this is like our 250th 4th of July-ish. Wow.
2 years ago, I came to Iowa and promised that the festivities would begin right here at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And tonight, here I am, okay? Promises kept. Promises kept. It's an honor, too. It's an honor because you've been with me from the beginning. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, it is an honor. You've been with me from the beginning.
How many times has he stuttered?
Fact,
how many times has he lost his place?
How
many times has he called Iran, Bolivia, or something?
I don't like corn. I don't like corn. I love corn. I just love. But they give you fake news. I said, "Do you think that's going to hurt me?" And I went. My numbers went up. I don't know. I can't figure you people out. This evening, we're officially launching America 250, an enormous year-long nationwide celebration of our heritage. It's really also a celebration of our flag, our great American flag, and our glorious American freedom.
Yep.
Did anybody see the beautiful flag I put up in front of the White House? Right? Everyone's liking it. Everyone's liking it. I actually put two up. I put one in the front and one in the back. I didn't want to go too crazy. I thought that would be enough. You know, they're big. They're about as big as you can get. We're proud of it. We will be announcing many more details in the weeks to come, but there are just some of the things that we have planned. And I have to say first, in honor of the wonderful tradition of fairgrounds like this one, this is a great fairground. As you know, I've been here before. we will be orchestrating what we're calling the Great American State Fair, and it will start right here in Iowa. Right? So we're starting it off in Iowa. Now we're starting it off at your great fairgrounds, and we're going to have a big crowd just like we do tonight.
I didn't do that.
So they could.
That wasn't me.
But the Great American State Fair will bring America 250 programming to fairgrounds across the country, culminating in a giant patriotic festival next summer on the National Mall, featuring exhibits from all 50 states, and all 50 states are excited, and I was excited. You know, when I did the 250, there was nothing I could do. It was 250, it was 250, so I can't say that was my baby. The country happened to be 250 years old, but what I did do is during my first term, I got the Olympics, and I got the great soccer, you know, that whole deal, right? We call it soccer, they call it football. I got them both. I got the Olympics. First I got the Olympics, and I got it. I was president, and I said, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame. I got the World Cup, and I have the Olympics, and I did it. And you have no idea. President Obama didn't want to make a call to the Olympics. You know why? Because he went to Switzerland or wherever, and he said, you know, if a president goes to get the Olympics, you have to have a deal. You have to be chosen. He went there and he came in fourth, so he hated them, I guess. And he was unwilling to make a call, and they called me up. Democrats called me up, actually, from Los Angeles, and I said, I'll do it. I made the call, and I couldn't get the people off the phone because they were so starved for love, because nobody would call them from. Anyway, we made a deal. I got the Olympics. Then we got the World Cup with Johnny. We got the World Cup, and I got them both, and I looked at my people. I said, isn't it a shame?
Sorry, guys. I'll talk to you in a sec. I don't want to interrupt you too much.
But it wasn't in the next 4 years. It was right after that and the one after that. And I got the Olympics. I got
hey, no problem, Jay Watterson. Thanks, man.
We also have 250, so
I know how it feels, buddy.
Wild term. But I got these two things that are incredible. Nobody else could have done it. I'm telling you, everybody wanted it. Nobody could have done it. And I said, and I won't be president, because I'll be president for 4 more years, but it won't be. And then they cheated and rigged the election. They rigged. You know, they don't even turn off the cameras when I say that now, because now they know it's true, too. But they knew it was true before. Remember, the cameras used to immediately turn off. You see all those beautiful red lights go off. Now I can say whatever I want because then they know it's true. But they knew it was true before. It's fake news. That's what they call it. But you know what? This term is much more consequential than if I had done it the more traditional way. This 100%. Was slightly harder, believe me. It's slightly more dangerous because there are criminals on the other side that tried to put your president in jail and went after him, just like they do in third world countries.
Yeah,
and
100%.
We all beat them together. We beat them because our level of popularity was so high. And it was high because I explained the situation. When these thugs came around, I explained it to the people, and fortunately I was able to be on a lot of television, I did whatever you had to do. I had to explain it. Then they say, wow, that's fake stuff. It was fake. They're a bunch of bad people, but we kicked their ass, and we're going to continue to do well, and I appreciate it. And there was nobody more loyal than Mr. Kaufman, who's fantastic, and Iowa, and his son, who's maybe more fan. Where the hell is he? Stand up. Where's your boy? His son is better than him, I'm telling you. And he doesn't mind. I have a lot of fathers who would be very insulted if I said that, but they're bad people.
Come on, look back at Biden. Democrats, look back at Biden.
I think he's probably
Tell me you ever could get Biden to do this.
He's better looking
this
than
banter, the amount of names.
Good, thank you. Great job.
Just turns around in the middle of a speech, breaks from the speech, converses with somebody there.
Show our stuff.
Goes off the speech.
We just celebrated the 250th anniversary
and then
of
boom,
the Army
right back into it.
At Fort Bragg. You know, they changed the name, and we changed it back to Fort Bragg.
Always Fort Bragg.
The people of North Carolina came up, they said, sir, we want to really have the name of Fort Bragg back. Everybody was saying that. They kept calling it Fort Bragg. I changed it back. You know, these radical left lunatics changed the name of Fort Bragg. So we won World War II. We won World War I. We won other wars. We won everything from Fort Bragg and other places. So we were also changing many of them back. And then we decided to change the name. Now, I tell people, you know, it's incredible. We're the only people. We win 2 world wars from a place, and then we say, let's change the name. So we change it back, and the people are very happy in North Carolina right now. And we just celebrated, because the 250 was for the Army, was 1 year earlier than the, which makes sense. You know, we had a little Army, we did well, and now we have a nation. So it was 1 year earlier than the nation itself. And we had a beautiful parade in Washington, D.C. the other day. It was fantastic. You know, it was amazing because it was so, the weather was so overcast and it looked so bad. And a week before they said, oh, it's going to rain. I said, oh, man, we're bringing all these Army tanks. We're bringing all these people, these men and women. They're going to march down Fifth Avenue or wherever. This is terrible. It's going to rain. And then on the day we woke up, rain is projected all night long, heavy. Oh, I'm saying I'll get my hair soaking wet. My hair's going to be soaking wet. I'll be crazy.
Come on.
I say,
where do you get this from any other president?
This is terrible. It's going to rain 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
God.
The thing was at 8 in the evening. 1 o'clock. Rain is forecast at levels you haven't
Let
seen
me know
before.
if my microphone is able to override or not, or if it's not a good mix, guys.
This is the Army. We're sort of used to bad weather. I said, no, don't change it.
And what is everybody doing? I see you guys on Rumble,
I'll wear
too.
a big fat hat so I don't get totally drenched.
What's everybody doing tonight, or just saving it all up for tomorrow
night? And then
night?
what happens, we get there, and there's no rain, and we go 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of watching these great guys marching down Fifth Avenue. It never rained. And then I thought to myself, global warming, they're telling us what's going to happen in 250 years to our planet, but they can't tell us it's going to rain 3 hours before the event. In 250 years from now, the planet's going to burn up or freeze up. And you know, remember when they said, they called it global warming, then global cooling, they had all different things. Now they just changed it to climate change, because climate change you can't miss. How's it doing? Climate change every time. If it's cold, if it's hot, if it's rainy, if it's sunny, if it's too crazy, we have climate change. But think of it. They're telling you what's going to happen in 100 years. The oceans are going to rise 1/4 of an inch and everyone's going to be wiped out. No, you're going to have more oceanfront property if that happens. It's okay. Not the worst. And think of it, with all of the nuclear weapons. Remember Biden had always used to say, it is an existential threat. He loves the word existential. It's an existential.
He loves it, but he can't say it.
What is? I don't know. Climate change. Remember that? Always. That's dangerous too, because they're going to take that sentence and they're going to say he couldn't say existential. So you can't imitate people either. Remember, I used to imitate Biden. Couldn't get off the stage, and I'd walk into walls. And I called my wife because it's always on television, and she said. I said, how was it, baby? How good was that? We had 44,000 people. Nobody else could do it. I have to brag a little bit, you know, because what the hell? There's a little truth to that. But I brag a little bit. I say, how good was I? You were really good, but, you know, what happened? You couldn't find this. You couldn't get off the stage. I said, no, I was imitating Biden. No, well, that's not the way it showed up. They showed you hitting walls, bunking your head on walls. So even like the word existential, when I imitate him saying it, tonight it's going to be on CNN. He couldn't speak. He couldn't say the word. These are seriously sick people.
CNN wouldn't do that.
This fall, we're also going to be celebrating 250 birthdays of the United States Navy and the United States Marines.
Let's go. Damn.
And
I know we're a young country for those of you guys from outside the country.
And one of them is going to be really great. It's called Space Force, because that was my baby. Remember, they wanted to terminate it. First year of Biden's administration, they wanted to terminate Space Force, and the military wouldn't let them. And it's turned out to be one of the most important there is. I was very proud of that Space Force, and they're doing great. In addition, just as I promised 5 years ago tonight in my speech at Mount Rushmore, where a certain governor at that time, who's now our Homeland Security chief, Christy Noem, stand up, Christy. Now I don't have to introduce you later.
Jimmy, 100%, man.
You know, I
Obama.
hired
Oh my
Tom
God,
Homan
climate
for the
change.
border, and I
Buys
said, Tom, I
beachfront
want
property.
you to give me who'd be the best to be the Secretary of Homeland Security, which is essentially his boss. He said, Kristi Noem, sir. I said, Kristi
Have you guys
Noem?
watched An
You gotta be
Inconvenient
kidding.
Truth?
She's a great person. She's smart. But
How much of that ever
I
came
mean,
true?
The toughest person around. I said, and she is.
How you doing, Jimmy?
She's tough as hell. I've learned. I'll tell
Like I
you.
said, if the mic and the volume for the speech are off a little much,
Thank you.
let me
you.
know. It's like working on the
But we're
balance. I
going
had
to
a
be
computer
officially
problem.
opening the National Garden of American Heroes, a vast outdoor park featuring statues of the greatest Americans who ever lived. You know, they took down a lot of our statues. They took down statues of some of the greatest people that we've ever had living. I stopped them from taking down Thomas Jefferson. They wanted to take the Thomas Jefferson.
How about this? Even if you don't like the history,
Memorial, they wanted to rip the hell out
those
of the
that
statue inside.
Those that want to forget history are doomed to repeat it, or erase history, doomed to repeat it.
So we stopped them. We signed a law. Do you remember that night? It was crazy. And they were marching toward the Jefferson Memorial, and I took out an old bill from 1909, and it was a bill that if you so much as touch old, because today they don't do these things. They don't do it like they used to. Today you could never get it passed. It said if you so much as touch a monument or a statue, you go to jail for a 10-year period. No anything.
100%, Jimmy. I remember that. I was a kid, but
there,
I remember Time Magazine.
in the middle of their march, I gave a
Coming
news
Ice
conference.
Age.
I said anybody that touches, and I'm signing, immediately goes to jail for a 10-year period. That march broke up so quickly you've never seen. They said it's a miracle. What happened? I signed a little bill that said.
Let me know if you
go
want
to
the
jail
caps off
for
or
a
on,
10-year
guys. I'm leaving
period.
them
It was
on
a
because I
great
was having a
thing.
problem earlier.
It was
But
an old bill that wasn't used. In fact, I don't know. I hope we don't have to use it again. But they're learning that, you know, we saved Los Angeles. If we didn't send in the National Guard, I would have sent in the military if they needed it. But if we didn't send in the National Guard, Los Angeles would have been burned down to the ground just like
Trump
half of
has
the
saved them
houses were
twice
burned down to the
from
ground
the
because
fires,
they didn't
from
give
the
water that
riots.
they had plenty of.
Did he get any
I'm
thanks
pleased
for
to
that?
report that the One
Not
Big
really.
Beautiful Bill includes full funding for those statues, and we're going to do statues to our greatest Americans, and we're going to let the people choose who they are. You better choose me, and I'm only kidding. I should take myself out. I think I should take myself out, Susie. Our great chief of staff, the first woman chief of staff. Can you believe it? Susie Wiles, stand up.
But Trump hates women. No.
And that beautiful exterior,
He hates
don't
women.
let it fool you. She's
He
rough
doesn't
and
like
tough.
strong women. He's
Got
scared
ready
of
to-
them.
The most powerful woman anywhere in the world. She can take out a country with a mere phone call, which is true. Actually, it's very true in her case. And she's done a great job.
That is
We're doing okay, Susie?
close to the
Looking
truth.
good. We had a good 2 weeks, right?
Holy crap.
This had to be the best 2 weeks. Has anybody ever had a better 2 weeks than that?
Dude, even CNN's had to admit
Bring back
it.
our people together.
Even MSNBC, I saw they were admitting it.
250 will also host a brand new, first of its kind, youth athletes. It's a competition known as the Patriot Games, and it features top high school athletes from all 50 states. It's gonna be great.
Guess what?
And this phenomenal
Boys in boys
sporting
sports,
event
girls
will
in
be
girls sports.
nationally televised, and it'll be led by our great Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's really doing
Damn
it.
right.
He's great, and he's a little different, right? We needed somebody different. You know, autism. You go back, I guess, 18 years, 10,000, think of this, out of 10,000
You got me, Jimmy.
people, okay? 10,000 people, and I'll go a little different way.
Oh, thanks,
Right
man.
now, out of 10,000 people, 18 people they're safe. 18 people.
Uh-oh,
we have a statistic
sweetie.
on autism.
Oh, it's the dog
that's
you
the
guys have
worst
never seen.
I've ever seen.
Hey,
and he's
Gemma.
going to change it. He's going to change it. It used to
What you
be
doing?
20 years ago, you just didn't have it.
My baby.
And now it's numbers that are unbelievable, where the numbers are so bad, it's got to be artificially induced, and we're going to find out what it is, and when. We're going to find it out as soon as possible. I mean, you think about it, the numbers have increased by 200-fold, and that's really something, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. That's a terrible situation. Likewise, under the leadership of Secretary Burgum, who's here right now, he was a great governor of
The
North
man, the
Carolina.
myth, the eyebrows. Unless he's finally
Great
shaved
governor of
them.
North Dakota. Where is he?
Wow.
Where is he? Mr.
The boy has
Secretary.
eyebrows that could
And
outdo
he's in charge of energy plus
Oh,
a lot
come
of
on.
land. He's the biggest
Eugene
landlord,
Levy.
I guess, in the world. But he
Levy?
was a great governor of North Dakota, and he was very special in so many ways. He became an energy expert, and he came to me, and I said, I want you to be the head of energy. He said, no, we have one
Hey,
man
Riker.
that's better than me.
No,
and
no,
that
no.
was
Put
Chris,
your face on the
right?
keyboard, big dog. No,
And,
no, 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 no.
Put him in charge, and we merged the two, and he's got all the land with all the oil, and the other one has all the expertise to get the oil out of the land. And Chris is doing great, and you're doing great, Doug, and I appreciate it. And say hello to Catherine and everybody. You're doing a great job. We have a great cabinet.
This is happening about 4 hours
So
from
every
me
one
right
of
now.
our national park, battlefields, and historic sites are going to have special events in honor of America 250. And I even think we're going to have a
Riker,
UFC fight. We're going to
get out
have.
of
Does
there.
anybody watch UFC?
Sorry,
The
man,
Great
get out.
Dana
My
White?
dog is getting into something.
We're going to have a UFC fight.
Riker,
We're going to have a
get
UFC
out of
fight.
there.
Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little. We're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. Going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people. And we're going to do that as part of 250 also.
Holy
we're gonna have
crap.
Some incredible events, some professional events,
Wait.
some amateur
A
events.
UFC.
But the UFC fight's gonna be a
Happy
big deal,
birthday,
too. And
250
to fund
America
improvements
fight?
and enhanced experiences across
Oh, come
the
on. That
park
better not be
system.
on pay-per-view.
For this anniversary,
You can't do
I've
the
just
birthday to
signed an
America that
executive
way.
order to raise entrance fees for foreign tourists while keeping prices low for Americans, and we're going to do that. The national parks
Yep.
will be about America first. We're going to take it America first for the national parks.
Is he,
And these are
Andrew?
just a few of the many
You're
programs,
kidding.
initiatives, celebrations that will renew for our national pride. We're going to have great pride. I think we do have great pride. I think we have more pride and more spirit in our country right now than we've had in 50 years. And together we're going to ensure that America's 250th anniversary is the single greatest year in the history of our country. We want to have a lot of great things. A lot of the things that Bobby and Health and Human Services are doing are going to come up during
So
that
far,
period of
Andrew,
time.
they're
We're
not
gonna
saying
come
that
up
John
with a
Jones
lot
is
of
coming back for that, unless you were
tremendous
just
things for
hoping.
health and safety and economically, we're going to have
Because
the
that would be
strongest
that would
country
be
anywhere in the
interesting as
world.
hell, man.
The
I just
bill that
looked
we
it up.
just got approved today was, think of that, all of those votes, 2 negative votes, but we had no Democrats, 2 negative votes in the Republicans out of all that. So I want to thank those great Republicans that voted to get it in. You know, we could only lose 3. If we lost 3, trouble. And we didn't lose 3. We lost
Okay.
2, and I'm sure if I
Dude,
needed
you had
to,
me
I
going.
could've
I was
gotten
looking it
2.
up. I was like,
We're
really?
pleased
No
to be joined
way.
tonight by many friends who will help make that possible.
probably do better than
including,
Tyson
and I
did.
introduced Doug Burgum already from
That was a setup fight.
North Dakota, and just a great. He was really one of the best. Was he a better governor than you? Would you say, Christie? Was he better than you? I don't know. Because they were neighbors, you know. You had North Dakota, you had South
I'll say
Dakota.
this. Christy Gnome's a
Brooke
damn sight
Rollins,
better looking
thank you,
than
Brooke.
Doug
Great
Burgum.
job. She's now the agricultural secretary. Christy Nome, great governor also, but she's doing I don't know this. Do you like this
Dude,
better than
Jimmy.
being governor? Don't say.
Jimmy,
They
if
love
that
you when they
happened,
say,
I don't
"Don't
care if I
say."
had to sell my Trans
Maybe the
Am.
most
I would have
important
tickets to
guy in
that
this
son of a
whole
bitch. I'd
place.
want to see that
You
live.
know, a lot of
Dude.
projects to stop using environmental stuff. A lot of
Rogan
projects to
versus
stop. They use it as a
Zuckerberg
weapon.
would
The radical
sell
left and
out
others, they
no
use it
matter
as a
where you
weapon.
put it. Oh
This man
my
is the
God.
greatest. He's doing a job.
That would
It's
be
incredible.
epic.
Doug would tell you that. Everybody will tell you that. Lee
That would be the
Zeldin.
fight
He's
of
the head
all time.
the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. He's the head of it.
Oh.
Great guy. He was a great politician, a tremendous
you guys are
congressman. He
killing me.
ran for governor of New York, which is tough.
Thank you, guys. I needed
And
to
he
be
almost won. I'm glad he didn't win. Actually, I wouldn't have you right now. And I said, Lee, a nuclear power plant will give you
okay.
1 week to get me the approval. So, but he's been done great. And we have factories and we have plants all over the world right now, and they're being
Trump
built,
versus
and they're
Elon.
going up.
Oof.
Also, Governor
Oof.
Kim Reynolds from Iowa. Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much.
Biden versus
Thank you
Kamala.
for
That's not
being
even
here.
a
Appreciate
fight. I'm sorry,
Thank you very
Kamala may
much.
be weird, but she's just cackling to death.
And
she like,
Lieutenant Governor Chris Corner.
she but beats him.
Where's Chris? Chris
Biden can't
Corner.
do
Thank
nothing.
you,
He
Chris,
can't
very
move
much.
fast
Great
enough.
job. You have Senator Chuck Grassley
Chuck.
and Joni Ernst. Chuck!
Chuck Grassley.
Hi, Chuck.
He is one of the few people in Congress that make me think against term limits.
That's great.
The man's been there a long time and he's still
Boy, he's
amazing.
got more energy than all of us. And where's Joni? Is Joni
He
here?
really stands
Hi,
up for the
Joni.
people. People love
Very
him
good.
in
Good
Iowa
job. Thank
and
you
the
very much.
Illinois Quad Cities.
Thank you very much, Joni.
People love him.
And you have members of Congress, Ashley Hinson, Marionette Miller Meeks, Zach Nunn, Randy Feenstra. Good group. We flew in together, and boy, they were nice. They were so happy at that victory today, weren't you? Randy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was great. We had a good flight.
Diaper at her.
We have an
That's great,
ambassador who's
man.
been my friend
Hey,
for a long
Snoopy.
time, Monica Crowley. I heard her speak. I thought she did really well.
Sorry, Snoop.
Thank you, Monica. And you know Matt Whitaker.
I wasn't
a
ignoring
man
you over there,
from
buddy,
Iowa,
on Rumble.
ambassador
Sorry.
to NATO.
Got to laughing at the guys on YouTube.
We also had a person, I have to give her credit, Brenna Bird, Attorney General.
Oh, Snoopy.
She came out and she endorsed me very early, and I appreciate it. Where's Brenna? Hi, Brenna. She came out, she endorsed me. I said, thank you very much. Who the hell is that? She's
Ooh.
great. Former State Senator Brad Zahn. Oh,
I hope you're wrong,
my
Snoopy,
man,
because
there
that'd be
he
a
is. I haven't
horrible
seen
day.
you. He was the first man in the entire country that endorsed me, right? Not just from Iowa. He endorsed me 3 months before I ran. He said, that guy from New York should run. So I want to thank you. Really great. You're looking good, too. He's like the
Oh,
Marlboro man.
Andrew.
He looks like
That
the
right
Marlboro
there's
man.
the idea
Handsome
of the
guy.
century.
Iowa Speaker, Pat
Yeah.
Grassley. Pat, thank you very much, Pat. Good. Nice to see you, Pat.
Andrew,
Iowa
I love
Senate
that.
Majority Leader Jack Whitford.
While he's reading people
Thank you,
out,
Jack.
let me turn him down just a little bit. I know I love
Thank
the president.
You, Jack. Iowa
He's just
House
reading people out, but
Majority Leader
Andrew,
elect
I love that.
Bobby
Settle world
Kaufman.
peace with
Thank you,
UFC
Bobby.
Politics Edition at the White
Great
House.
future.
How about this? Once a
Great
month.
future.
Once a
friend
month,
of
we have
mine,
the
Dan Newland, who's
UFC
the most generous human
UN
being. He gives
edition,
away-
or
he
the
hears
UFC,
somebody's in trouble. He hears
UFC
somebody's in
grudge
trouble and he
matches.
goes wild, and he's just a
And
very
Snoopy's
good
over
guy.
on Rumble
And
right
Jeff
now.
Kaufman, the head of your
Come on,
party
Snoopy, you
here,
got to get
so
with
come
Andrew on
stand
this
up,
one.
Jeff, you can stand up.
We could have
Thank you, Jeff.
Israeli
Great job.
Netanyahu
And
versus
Jeff
the
was with me
Hamas
right
leader
from
in the
the
ring.
beginning. When I was complaining
settle
about
it out.
things, I'd call him. He did
Starmer
sometimes.
versus an illegal
Better as
boat.
I
What?
started winning.
But come on, think of the people.
But Jeff has been
Putin
great.
versus
He's a great
Zelensky
leader.
in the
Thank you very
ring.
much, Jeff, for being here.
I'm sorry,
And I
I'm
have
going
to say
Putin on that one.
Lee Greenwood has
Holy
been
crap, that's a good
unbelievable.
idea.
That song, where is Lee? Is he around here?
Okay, he's still just reading names.
It's the hottest song.
Dude,
of
that'd be a
its
great
kind.
idea, and I'm
Of its
sorry.
kind.
I know
it's a certain
Putin's older.
genre.
If it comes down to Putin versus
Thank you, Lee,
Zelensky,
very much.
Putin's
Real
gonna
great song,
gonna win,
great
just gonna
talent.
win, hands down.
This Independence Day, let's also give a very special
I do
thanks
like that
to
though,
every
like Jimmy and
veteran
Andrew are
and
talking,
military
settle
service
all
member here
wars with the
tonight
leaders
for
fighting
their
each other.
outstanding devotion to our country.
Ugh. Trump may be old, but Trump's a big boy.
I also want to thank and
I don't
thank
know.
you, fellas. Stand up, fella. Look
Do
at
you
that.
get to have a stand-in? What if you have a
Good
leader
save.
that's, you know,
Thank you
got a
very
problem
much.
or a broken
Wow.
leg? I mean, do you get to choose
That's
your
a lot of
champion?
veterans. Thank you very much.
I'm just
What an
curious.
honor.
What do you guys
I
think?
also want to thank the large group of Iowa pastors and faith leaders
Check
for
in with
their
Snoopy.
beautiful prayers, including Pastor Joshua Kent, Tammy.
Snoopy
Ball,
asked, do you think the
Joseph
Jews did
Ball,
9/11? And
Kareem
asking me
Turks,
personally.
Maureen Prakash, Ajay
No.
Prakash,
I don't think
Dan
they did
McCoy,
it.
Rose Kessler,
Do I think if
Michael
they knew about it,
DeJong,
would they turn their heads the other
Jose
way?
Rodriguez,
Possibly.
ministry leaders, Virginia.
Do I think
Gallagher,
our own government, like the
Sarah
CIA, would have done the
And
same
thanks
thing?
also
Yeah.
to Bob Vanderplatz. Thank you very much, everybody.
I do know
Thank you.
something
Stand
stinks
up.
about 9/11,
For
Snoopy.
the people we want to listen to.
I'm
Stand
not
up.
an overly heavy conspiracy theorist, but I
Thank
think
you.
something smells about it.
There
I'm
we
not
go.
ignoring
Look at
Trump,
that
guys.
group.
I'm
I wanna
listening
be
when
with them. They have the real power.
he's just talking about
They
names
have
right
more
now.
power
So,
than all of us. Thank you. You've been so good and so.
but yeah,
supportive.
Snoopy asked, do
We
you
were
think the
supporters
Jews
of
did
the
9/11?
89%.
I don't think they did it, but I think they
And
would have
we're
turned their
looking for
head,
the other
looked the other way.
11%. We don't
Same with
believe
our
it.
CIA. That's
As we
my.
prepare to celebrate
And by the way, you
2.5
guys on
centuries
YouTube,
of
feel free to
freedom,
answer Snoopy
I'm
too.
inviting
That's why I'm reading them out
America's
loud.
great religious communities to pray for our nation and for our people.
Jimmy,
From the beginning,
Trump
it
has that
has
old
always
man
been
strength.
a
Dude, you're not
country
kidding.
Sustained and strengthened by prayer, So important. If we bring religion back stronger, you're going to see everything
agree.
get better and better and better.
I'm not super religious, but I 100% agree with that. Religion needs to come back. I'm not very religious.
So as we chart our course,
do I believe there's a higher
next
power? Yeah, there's got to be something.
250 years, let us rededicate ourselves to one nation under God. Right?
All kids should be doing the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning in school. Andrew, do you guys have a Pledge of Allegiance? Something like we have?
Recently we've seen
Did you guys have that in your schools growing up? Something for your stand and look at your flag, do like a pledge or something to the country and God and stuff? We used to, or at least some schools still do.
And replace them with some of the most noxious ideas in human history, ideas that have been proven false. Members of Congress and even former presidents have been openly
You're right, Jimmy. My dad has that.
Such as socialism, Marxism, and straight-up communism. In New York,
oh my
they're
God,
trying to elect a communist, Zoran Mamdani, the guy who wants to defund the police, take over the stores and run the stores, and have the people hand out goods.
All right, real quick here. Do you guys think that maybe Trump should ignore Zohan Mamdani? Geez, that name. I think maybe sometimes Trump talks about him enough. He's helping him raise this guy's profile. I'm wondering if maybe Trump should back off and not talk about him at all. Don't give him the help, the boost. I don't know. What do you think?
Only so that we could surrender our country to Marxist lunatics on the eve of our 250th year. As President of the United States, I'm proclaiming here and now that America is never going to be communist in any way, shape, form. And that includes New York City.
Ooh, Jimmy, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Diddy trial.
We're bringing back freedom and liberty, law and order, and above all, we're bringing back common sense, right? Common sense. On day one, I stopped the weaponization of government against people of faith, and we created the Department of Justice Task Force combating anti-Christian bias. And I have to tell you, Pam Bondi is doing a great job. Pam Bondi is doing a great job.
No.
Attorney General.
Once again, I'm not in a cult. I don't think Pam Bondi's doing that good. You guys in the chat, let me know. Thumbs up, think Pam Bondi's doing a good job. Thumbs down. Okay, how about this? One shoe, one flip-flop. If you think she's doing a good job, give me both flip-flops. Flip-flop pair if she's doing a bad job. I think Pam Bondi sucks.
Now I don't like it because when
I'm sorry, I love you, Prez, but I think she sucks.
They find the body about 5 blocks away. That does not sound promising to me. They said, no, it's getting better. I said, dude, that's okay. Let somebody else use it. But we're not going to have all electric. We're going to have electric if people want it. Electric is great.
That's the way it should be. If you want it, you can have it.
People like better in many cases, but you can have whatever you want. But it's ridiculous to mandate that everybody's going to be driving an electric car.
By the way, if you want electric prices, electric cars to drop, what do? You make sure there's no mandate for them. You make sure there's competition. That'll make the electric cars come down in price if they want to be bought.
Their own education.
Andrew, we did too until it became wrong to talk about Jesus in our schools.
Well, I use you in my thoughts. Whenever I always say Iowa and Indiana, and I'd mention certain states, but you want to run your own education because you don't want the bureaucrats in Washington
agree, Jimmy.
doing it. And I made English the official language of our country.
It's insane that he had to do
you would
this.
think that would be an easy one. It was not.
Almost every country has an official language.
I directed the reinstatement of all patriots expelled from our military by the Biden vaccine mandate, returning them to their former rank with full back pay. And I signed executive orders to abolish critical race theory and transgender insanity from our schools.
Well, the problem is that's where I need Pam Bondi to get off her ass. We still have these people in some of these damn lefty states letting biological boys compete against girls and win. Yeah, I know he's talking about this right now, but I'm sorry, they're defying him. They're defying the actual law of the nation right now, and nothing's getting done.
Men out of women's sports. Is that
no, you're not. Sorry, man. I love him, but where is Pam Bondi on this? The DOJ should be prosecuting these people.
The Gulf of America. And we're restoring the name of the greatest president, one of the truly great presidents, somebody that made our country very rich, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley in Alaska.
Never should have been changed.
So in conclusion, in everything we do, we're once again defending the values, traditions, and beliefs that made every generation before us so very proud to be American. You know that better
Damn
than
right.
anybody in Iowa.
Hey, I say,
here
and
in
no
Iowa
matter
and
where you're
across
at,
this
be
land, we
proud of your
believe that
heritage and your
America
country.
is an exceptional nation.
I'm not
blessed
gonna
by God.
crap on everybody else's country.
It's really destined to be
Maybe the shitholes.
freest, strongest, the greatest country ever to exist on the face of the earth. And we're going to make it that way much more so than it's ever been. We believe in the wisdom of our founders who declared that our rights do not come from bureaucrats in Washington. Our rights come from our Creator in heaven.
Yep.
That's where
Yep.
our rights come from.
Our government works for us, not the
And we
other way
reject
around.
government
folks. At least
discrimination
here in
and
America.
so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion mandates. They're
Yeah.
just about washed out the window, actually. They're just about over with. We're just about finished. In this country, we believe in hard work and we believe in merit. And by the way, we're allowed to have merit. We're now back to being a merit-based system. We had a decision in the United
Agreed,
States
Andrew. Agreed,
Supreme
man.
Court.
Trust me, 100%,
Our
man.
country is now a country based on merit. We oppose censorship, price controls, open borders, and sex changes for children. We support our
stupid.
troops, respect our police, and salute the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. We cherish our Constitution, and we defend free speech, free assembly, religious liberty, and the right
least
to
we're trying.
keep and bear arms, our Second Amendment.
Yep.
We take our pride in our heritage, and we want it in a beautiful heritage that we have, and we teach
My flag
our children
flies
to love our
every day,
country,
Andrew.
honor
I
our
hear you,
history,
man.
and always respect our great American flag. You have to respect our flag.
Oh, yeah? Well, the funny thing is you don't, because the courts say you can burn our flag, desecrate our flag.
From Philadelphia to Phoenix,
But
from Gettysburg to the
It
Golden
pisses me
Gate
off that
Bridge,
if you
and
if
from
you
factories
mess
of
up a
Detroit to the
LGBTQ
fairgrounds of
trans
Des Moines,
flag,
we
suddenly
stand
you're
on the
going to get
shoulders
arrested.
Of heroes
Weird,
and
huh?
legends who crossed the oceans, blazed the trails, tamed the wilderness, settled the continent, raised up those beautiful skyscrapers, and
I hope
stood
so,
tall
Andrew. You
and
guys need
defiant
to-
in the face of
You need a
tyranny
boost
and
of
death.
patriotism over there to help
From
you a lot.
1776 all the way through today, American patriots have won triumph after triumph. We've had victory after victory, and let nothing stand in the way of the USA, which we love so much. It was hardworking citizens like you who won our independence, secured our
Exactly,
liberty, and
Jimmy.
built this country with courage, grit, and skill.
100%.
And starting right here in Iowa, it's such a great place, and I hope you love it. But it's such a great place. You should
I'm
love
hoping
it.
to move to Iowa
You
someday.
should love it.
I am.
You know, sometimes you take
Hoping to
things for
escape
granted.
Illinois.
This is one of the really great places, but I've been all over. It was hardworking citizens like you who saved our country in November 2024. Think of that, November 25th. Who would have thought there'd be this much of a change this fast? I didn't even think it would happen this fast. Happened at a level that nobody even thought possible. Again, we have the hottest country anywhere.
I didn't do that. That's not me. That's not me. I didn't do that.
We will
Oh.
never give in. We
That
will
was
never
weird.
give up. We will never back down.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Ever, ever. We will fight, fight, fight. We will win, 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 because we are Americans and our hearts bleed red and blue.
Whoa. That is weird.
And together, as we look forward to the 250th year of American independence, we will make America powerful again. We will
Sorry, I
make
didn't mean to do that. I
America
was
wealthy
finding a problem.
again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And
Working on
we will make America great again. Thank you, Iowa. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Damn.
Thank you, Iowa.
Well, I better bring the music down because they still nail you, even though it's President Trump, they will nail you for the YMCA theme. That is crazy. During what is supposed to be covered, and we're supposed to be able to watch this and stream our political stuff free and clear, but if they play a song once in a while, they will still try to nail you. You know, it's in that. Weird. Jimmy, you said something up above. You said if that's what New York wants, let them destroy the city and step in what they've been. Yeah, I agree. All right, sorry, Snoopy. Dancing is right. I don't know, Snoopy. All right, he is right to call America a country because it's no longer a nation. I got a pop-up. The nation is no longer the National Republic of the United States of America. I don't know. You got me on that one, Snoopy. Blame advertising for the day of 9/11. You got me on that, bud. I don't know about that stuff. But what do you guys think? Jimmy says if it's what New York wants to elect a communist, and this guy says he's a Democrat socialist, but he clearly, everything he says shows he's a communist. Everybody, even other Democrats, are now calling him out as a communist, and he's not fighting back against it. He's not even trying to say he's not. And now a lot of other far lefty Democrats are coming out saying, well, what's wrong with that? Maybe we should be doing this stuff everywhere. It'll make America better to go communist. And you're like, what? They're not joking. They're really starting to think it'd be better to go communist. And I think that's craziness. But I think maybe Jimmy's right. Maybe we need to... I've heard people say, well, we can't just abandon New York. I think even Trump said that. We can't just give up on one of the biggest cities in the world, our most powerful city. So many people, so many good people. I'm like, but I don't know. If they're dumb enough to vote for it, you know? How much more can we save them from themselves? I mean, I say that about my home state of Illinois. I'm on a lot of pages where people are bitching about Illinois. And all I do is come back to, hey, people keep voting for this stupid shit. And yeah, it's usually Chicago. I admit it, my state is totally decimated by Chicago. My state looks mostly like Iowa. If you look at the map of blue and red, get this big patch of blue right there in Chicago, and it just destroys the rest of us. Man. But I don't know. I don't know if we can save them from themselves. How long do we keep saving them from themselves? Ooh, I like that guy's shirt. Fight, fight, fight. I like that. But seriously, how long can we save them from themselves? How much can we get involved? How much political capital should Trump expend on that? What do you guys think? I'm not sure. I'm at the point where, I think Trump talking about Zoran, I think he's actually amping him up. He's bringing more awareness, and you've got more of these crazy, dumb, idolize the grasshopper over the ant. Mommy never told me no. Everybody gets a trophy. That generation of people are looking at this going, well, I don't want to do anything. So yeah, all these freebies? Hell yeah. I don't know how long we can, how much, maybe it's time to give them what they want and let them see how it works. But so yeah. Yeah, Jimmy, yeah. Jim Patterson, what's up? I wish YouTube would notify me. It is, the guy's a naturalized citizen. He can be deported for his BS. Oh, you're talking about Zoran? Zoran, yeah. I believe we still have laws on the books about communism. And I think Trump was intimating to that, since we have laws on the books about communism being bad, that there is a way he could almost be deported. My problem is, if he deported him, what would the backlash be? Honestly, how bad would that backlash be? Is it enough? Is it worth it for Trump to exert that amount of political capital? I'm going to go to the Jimmy category. I'm going to say, let them roast in it. Let them roast in it. Let them have their communist. You make sure no federal tax dollars are going to support their communist bullshit. And let them stew in it. Let them finally see walking around with their, Che Guevara shirts and all their I Love Cuba stuff and all their love of communism. Let them stew in some communism for a while, and maybe that would fix it. I'm gonna mute. We'll keep it here in case, but talk to you guys for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I think if there's laws on the communist stuff still, I'm gonna give them a thumbs up too, over at right side. But yeah, if there's laws still in the books about how you aren't enacting communism here, if you're a communist, we can boot you. But maybe let him stew. Maybe let him stew in it. I don't know. How long do you think New Yorkers, if they, and we all know, oh, no problem. I'll get it here in a second, Snoopy. I'm grabbing her, Snoops. And paste. There you go, Snoopy. Sorry about that, bud. All right. But what do you got? How long? Thing is, we all know Zoran wants to do certain stuff. Here's a question I have for you guys. How much do you think he'll actually be able to get done out of this? I say he might get a lot done if he gets in there, because he's going to have so much. He's going to have almost the zeitgeist of a Trump almost in a New York size. He's going to have the mandate of the people. All the crazy lefties are going to be foaming at the mouth, going nuts, wanting their freebies that he promised. And low B to the city councilman or alderman who stands up and says, no, you're not getting your freebies. Lefties will eat their own. They have no problems rioting or attacking their own. So I wonder how much they could stand up against him giving the freebies. And if they did, it'd be nasty. If they didn't, it'd be nasty. I think if New York elects this guy, it's going to be a cluster either way. Ooh, little boom booms. There we go. I think it's going to be a cluster. Oops, I got to remember to click off it. There we go. It does that. Little fireworks. Rioters always cry when the grocery store they robbed shuts down. Yeah. USAID trucks has a visit. I don't know if USAID's got enough money anymore, guys. Do they have enough money to really do anything useful right now? I think they've been neutered so heavily. When he became a citizen, he swore to uphold the constitutional laws. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Jim. You're right. Okay, yeah. So far, the Jim and the Jimmy are both speaking some good sense here. Let's see, Andrew. I'm hoping they will be start of it. Oh, yeah, about, you guys need some patriotism over there. Your country, as much as we've had a problem with immigration here, I don't know how much you guys know, but Andrew's over there in the UK, and the UK, if they don't do a huge 180 really fast, their country will be unrecognizable the next 40 to 50 years. Seriously. And I do not understand why it's okay. Everybody celebrates when a majority white country starts going brown. It's amazing. Diversity. Woohoo. Yet nobody does the same thing if Zimbabwe starts getting white people. Nobody's going, yay, white people coming to Zimbabwe. No. Only goes one way. It's only a hatred and racism of white people. And I love to tell people, hey, asshole, you realize that white people are actually the minority in the world, so you're picking on a minority. So you're only for safe spaces for minorities in this country, but as the world goes, you're not for safe spaces for white people, which is our white countries. So yeah, stupid. It's already unrecognizable. Yeah, Andrew, I've got friends over there in certain parts of the UK, and depending on where they're at, the ones I know up in Scotland and Ireland area say it's not too, well, Ireland's kind of fudged. But Scotland's not bad, from what I've been told. Ireland's pretty screwed, and like London area and some other areas in the UK are fudged. Yeah. It's getting bad. I mean, when your own government and police hide that your immigrants are going around decimating your feminine population no matter what age they are, and was hiding that, that is crazy shit. That shows who are they afraid of? They're not afraid of you, the citizens over there. They're afraid of their immigrants. Because one, they know they're jihadi types who will go knuckin' futs and do crazy shite. And two, there's so many of them now. So yeah. Andrew says, ooh, Andrew, yeah. New York will become what London is. Actually, it might go worse, Andrew. Because for everything going on over in your country, I don't think your leaders are still espousing communism as hell. Yes, your country is a little more socialist than we are. Or a lot more socialist now than it used to be. But I don't think your leaders are openly espousing communism yet. This guy, Zoran, is openly espousing communist stuff and saying, seize the means of production, which is right out of the Marxist handbook. Karl Marx is smiling right now. All right. Sanctuary, city, state, no federal. I agree. Jim Patterson, buddy, we've said that in this stream. Yeah. I do not think any sanctuary, city, county, state, and I live in one, so I know it's going to do to my state. I don't care. No money goes to a sanctuary because it's unconstitutional and illegal. One more place where Spamela Blondie shouldn't be going, well, we're going to look into this. On her 50th interview this week on Fox or something. I'm like, lady, do something. But yeah, so I agree. No federal money should go to any of that. Also, Trump, once again, you know, I like the guy. But, old shirt too. This is my old one. But,
happy birthday, America.
Any place where they are putting, let me mute, where they are putting, still letting biological boys and girls sports, I don't want Trump threatening. I don't want any more threats of cutting money off. Just cut it off. Go to court. Go to court. Trump keeps winning in the courts. That win this last, all those district court judges are crying. You could collectively, it's almost like a Star Wars thing. When Obi-Wan Kenobi felt Alderaan be exploded by the Death Star, and he felt a disturbance in the force. That is what every Democrat did when the judges ruled that. When SCOTUS finally did a good ruling, got off their asses. Every Democrat went, oh, I felt a disturbance in the dumb side of the force. So yeah, it's about damn time. So Trump should just pull the money and then let him take him to court. And go on up to SCOTUS. If they are going to break the laws Trump has set, we voted for him for these laws. So that's speaking for the people. If he's going to go against these laws, these cities and counties and states, no money. Zero. I agree. And that's one that I'm going to be pissed about that Trump hasn't pushed hard enough on. I know he's doing a lot. But maybe I'm a little Thomas Massey on this one. Maybe I want everything. Or like Queen. I want it all and I want it now. Yeah. So, yeah, I can agree on that. No money to any sanctuary. All right. All right. See, I check everybody on Rumble. How you doing over there? I see you over there. Welcome, welcome. That is a link to the YouTube chat right there in case you guys can't chat or don't want to chat on Rumble. Feel free to hop in on the YouTube side. All right. Andrew, Scotland has been brainwashed by the left-wing agendas, though. Well, the friend I have there is, I would consider him semi-centrist, even though I think he was against Brexit, which I think was a good thing for your country, because Brexit is total socialist bullshit and erases identity, a country's identity. It really does. In fact, a lot of countries haven't left the union, but they still defy it a lot now. So I'm not sure. But like I said, he's kind of centrist, but he's one of two people I know in Scotland, and he may be lefty for Scotland. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. I don't know your politics. So your politics are different. Your left and right are kind of different compared to ours. Have you seen the news of illegals working for delivery companies like Just Eat and Deliveroo? Recently, one hotel was found running a takeaway. A takeaway out of the hotel kitchen. Wow. No, I did not see that. Somebody made a video on it. It's now permanently closed. Oh, my Lord. Jeez. Snoopy! What's up? That's Snoopy, you guys see. That is Snoopy for you from Rumble. So, yeah. Snoopy pops over here when they want to type something that's less saucy than they can type over on the Rumble side. So, how's it going, Snoop? Let's see. He needs to uphold the Bill of Rights, Jim, not the toilet paper called the Constitution. I would take either. I would take either, Snoopy. If we upheld our Constitution more stringently than we do, if we stopped letting cities, counties, and states wipe their ass with the Constitution every day, if we stopped letting some of our police and sheriffs do the same thing, not all, but some do, if we actually stopped our Congress and our courts from wiping their ass, from looking right at the law that says thou shalt not, or shall not infringe, and letting infringements go on and on for 10, 20, 30 years, you know what? Then I would feel better. But yes, I would prefer if we did both of them. The Constitution and Bill of Rights are good partners. Problem is, our politicians, a lot of them don't want to support it. It's work. It's work. It's hard. They'd have to stand up and have a pair. And we all know how the right, especially the right, does not have a pair. So I would say, Snoopy, a lot of the Constitution is unratified. I don't care if it's ratified or not, but the Constitution makes sense. I'm telling you what, people who wrote that back in the day had nothing to do. They didn't have all the TV, the streaming, all the video games, all the stuff. They read, they sat, they thought. They got together in groups and just debated for fun and talked and wrote things down and tried stuff. That's why our founding documents have really stood the test of time so well. How it's still relevant. The problem is, as relevant as they are not enforced. Let's see. Politicians think the people that will vote for them are chimneys and blow smoke up there. I think more, Jimmy, I think the politicians have now come to the fact where we work for them. That's what they think. You will get politicians or public servants. I'm sorry. Even some police officers get really mad if you remind them they work for you. Oh, I don't work for you. I work for the sheriff. Yeah, but he works for me. No, the sheriff works for the mayor or the governor. He works for me. It may be small. My proxy may be small, but every single government employee works for us in America, for us, the public. And Andrew L., that used to be the same in your country too. So that's where we got some of our founding principles of our government is from you, but you guys have changed horrendously. But no, we need to actually really push all of our rights back. Get them back, and that's it. So we will pause that. And then I'm going to pop up here. I'm going to have to reopen a bunch of stuff because my computer tried to shut down because I was trying to correct the sound issue. So I'm going to leave that up real quick. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. That had to pop up. All right. By the way, that Rev 7 that you can get from My Pillow's site is really good, but it's really expensive. Tim Pool likes to talk about it, so I had a little extra money. I thought I'd try it once. Yeah, it's really good stuff, and it does a good job without the caffeine and all the stuff, some of the stuff this has in it. But holy shit. All right, let me catch up with you guys. Let me puff me up for a little bit, and we'll do a little chat, and then we'll go hunt around. I got a couple more things I wanted to talk about if you guys like. And I'm going to pop that right on my screen so I can see you on this computer easily. All right. Let me catch up with you here. So, and I'm going to check Rumble one more time. All right. I see you guys all on Rumble. Hey, feel free to chime in. What did you think of Trump's speech also? But we are really going to have a discussion here by the looks of it. But I think the politicians, our government is too well steered to thinking the people work for them. They treat us that way. They treat our wallets that way. They treat it like we owe them. So, yeah. Pay your fair share. How about spend less? How about you make less? You do better and get more bennies than most of all of us out here paying for your shit do. That is what our country did not used to be. Our gut people, our founders knew they had jobs and lives. They do public service and get out and go back to their lives. It was not meant to be a lifetime thing. Even if they were politically oriented, it was public service, get in, get out. Now these people live there. It was never meant to be. It was meant to be a hardship. You knew the patriotic, the people who cared were in there. Because if they were owning businesses, making tons of money, doing good stuff, had farms, whatever, doing good, they had to take time from all of that and lose money a lot of times to be in our government to help our country out. But they were patriotic. Now it's the other way around. Now, we don't make enough. You make plenty considering we pay for everything while you're in office. So that's a lot of freebies, all your food, your gym membership, your buffets you get every day in the Capitol, which is insane. Your transpo, your housing there, it's all paid for. So you guys make plenty. You get lifetime bennies that most people never get. Amazing medical insurance for life. Amazing amount of retirement fund. So I don't want to hear it. There's always stuff you get. There's always perks for being that, for being, oops, sorry, I was way behind. There we go. There's always perks for being ex-congressman. So I am tired of it. All right. Let's see here. Constitution ratified. He swore not to do what again? Yeah, Snoopy, I agree. Jim? What is it he swore not to do, Jim? I mean, I'm just curious because I'm with Snoopy. What did I miss? If I missed something in the chat, let me know. Push communism, yeah. Okay. No, he's not pushing communism. I don't think Snoopy's pushing communism. I think Snoopy's comment was just Bill of Rights. He wants a Bill of Rights pushed more than the Constitution. Snoopy likes the Bill of Rights better. I like both, but I do like the Constitution a little more. Constitution gives the right. No, it does not. Actually, it does not. The 14th Amendment was never meant for that. Go look up the writers of the 14th Amendment. They clearly state, and it's in the 14th Amendment, that you must be under the jurisdiction thereof, which is their long old-fashioned way of saying you have to be a citizen of the United States of America. Under the jurisdiction thereof of the government of the United States means you are an American citizen. A citizen of Mexico, a citizen of Zimbabwe, a citizen of Guam, I'm sorry, that's American, a citizen of Australia, how's that, is not under the jurisdiction thereof of the United States of America because they are a citizen of their home country. They are actually under the jurisdiction of their government. And that is in the 14th Amendment. You must be under the jurisdiction thereof as in a citizen of America. All the slaves were given automatic citizenship, all their children born. That's it, automatic citizens. That is what it says, and if you go look up the writers of the 14th Amendment, they openly listed that people here as ambassadors, people on vacation, people sneaking across the border, having their babies are not American citizens. So no, the 14th Amendment does not say that. What happened is our stupid courts said that. The Supreme Court made a ruling back in the day openly against what the writers of the 14th Amendment wanted and said, nope, everybody gets it. Sneak across the border, 9.9 months pregnant, have you plop your baby down on just a foot inside our side, and boom, American. So no, the 14th Amendment does not say that. All right. We have talked about that a lot on here, Snoopy. The 14th Amendment does not say that. It was meant for the slaves only. We freed the slaves, made them citizens, and gave them that when they have a child, it's automatically an American citizen. It wasn't for Mamacita coming across with her quadruplets, plop, oh, American. Never, ever what it was meant to do. And I think if Trump gets it in front of the Supreme Court, I think if they follow the law, the Constitution, and what it was written and what the writers wrote on it, I think they're going to have to rule that all this sneaking across the border bullshit and plopping your kid down is not birthright citizenship. So, okay. The Constitution. Bitcoin is hitting all new highs. Is it, Andrew? Damn, man. I'm poor. I have a teeny little bit of Bitcoin. I can't even afford to, I almost can't even afford to look up the Bitcoin price. I think I look it up and I spend more than I can. But yeah, I wish, that's one of those regrets, man. I wish I would have got into that 10 years ago. Oh, let's see, how bad is it? Okay, Andrew, how bad is it? And I look it up, whoa! Okay, Andrew, you're right. Yeah, I only have to finish. I type it in a lot. Holy crap. That's up. All right, Jim Patterson. I know I'm behind, guys. Jim Patterson. Yep, Jim would have gone right. Was birthright citizenship for slaves. None of them left, so irrelevant. Yes. All right. Hey, government, here's an idea. If you can't balance checkbook, then spending other people's money isn't the job for you. Yes. Yes. In fact, I think we should put a pay for play in the contract of every single congressman. Honestly, you need to have a balanced budget or you don't get paid. You want to see a budget get balanced real fast? No paycheck if you don't balance a budget. Yeah. No paycheck if you don't get rid of the waste. No more of this pork barrel shit. No more $10 million to study whether beavers in Alaska like the color blue or the color green best. No more of that shit. No more of that pork barrel shit. And I want line item vetoes. I know some people don't like it. They say, well, the Democrats, yeah, it doesn't matter. We need line item veto. All these big goddamn porkulous bills. It'd be nice if the president goes through, no, you know, it'd be nice. So, Jimmy, I agree with a lot of that, yeah. But I would be tough on them. I'm tired of this waste. And the fact that they fought so hard against Doge, even a lot of Republicans, they love their pork jobs. They love that pork. Snoopy, talk about the Constitution. The sheriff is constitutionally elected. Yes, the police chief is appointed by whatever communist regime happened to be in charge at the time. Yes. We have sheriffs in my area. A lot of sheriffs in Illinois when Pritzker and his cronies got the SAFE Act through, which is a wholly illegal set of gun laws. The firearms laws in Illinois are in the top 3 or 4 worst in the country. They are solely unconstitutional that the Supreme Court has done nothing about, but they seem to be edging that way. But yes, we have sheriffs here who wrote letters and posted them online in a lot of our counties saying they took an oath to the Constitution of the United States, and that includes the Second Amendment. They will not enforce his SAFE Act crap. Unfortunately, I don't live in one of those counties. My sheriff posted the opposite. Well, we were going to support this, and yes, we will, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, ugh. So yes, Snoopy, I agree. A lot of sheriffs are elected, and unfortunately, my county is a bunch of jackasses and morons, and elected a guy who is a clear Springfield/Chicago crony. Yeah. So, yep, I can have some arguments for that, but I think that any sheriff, or police officer for that fact, that goes against the constitutional rights of the people should automatically be fired. Automatic, and you never get to be a cop again. Our Constitution must be upheld. I do not like when I see police officers arrest somebody, go, well, you got to take it up in court. But, dude, you know it's clearly against my rights. Well, you take it up in court. You are going to arrest somebody, maybe screw up their job, their living arrangement, cost them shitloads of money. They have to go to court. when you clearly know it's unconstitutional what you're doing, but you're doing it because you're ordered to. Didn't work for the Nazis. Don't work for you. I am so pissed at some of our police officers that just do that shit. Well, I was ordered to. So, Snoopy, I can agree with you on a lot of that. I can agree with that on some of that. It's some of our, and I love our cops. I got the stickers on my cars. I grew up, I still wave at police officers. I love them, but man, there are some that need to go. Time to thin that herd a little. Get the ones who know how to read the Constitution. So yeah, that's what I think. All right, we will move on here in a little bit, guys. But I'm enjoying the discussion with you. All right. Talk about the Constitution, the communist regime. Not Snoopy's. Yeah. Okay, Jim, gotcha. Elected, same. All right. What happened to movies coming out in the summer? Only Naked Gun comes out end of the month. Actually, don't even get me going about Running Man, Jimmy. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. God, I didn't know it was that close. Running Man was. Ugh. They're not going to top the Schwarzenegger. If they do, I'm going to be surprised. But didn't Jurassic Park just come out? I don't know how it's doing, but I think Jurassic Park just came out. So how is that one handling it? Yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park, I think it was this last weekend. There wasn't another movie just came out too. I can't remember how good it was doing or not. Let me see. Let's see. Because there are movies out. Here we go. All right, yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth on July 2nd. So, yeah, it came out yesterday. Superman is on July 11th, which I don't know if that's going to be any good now because Superman is acting like a petulant child and always losing his shit over an interview with Lois or over his dog and getting weird. And an average guy can get angry, lose his temper or whatever, Superman is supposed to be the shit. He's calm, he's collected. Only one time did you really see Christopher Reeve's Superman lose his shit. It's when Lois died. And what did he do? He rotated the planet back and changed time. But he was pissed. But no. But yeah, so yeah, we got Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman on July 11th, the Fantastic Four First Steps. I think it's going to be horrible. I don't know. We'll see. They've already admitted it's a Sue Storm-oriented movie. Yep, it's got a lot of girl boss stuff in it. It's pretty much Sue Storm and the female Silver Surfer against Galactus, mostly. The rest is just there for supporting cast. Well, I'm sorry if you know anything about the Fantastic Four. That's not the way it worked. So, yeah. Boo boy. And Freakier Friday. Holy shit. Talk about digging back to the past. Freakier Friday on August 8th. And we got Megan 2.0 on June 27th. Already came out. And Bad Guys 2. What? Oh, The Bad Guys 2. Okay. So, yeah, in August. So, do another Bad Guys. Okay. But, yeah, Megan 2.0 came out a week or so ago. So, that's not, that's some movies. Yeah, that's movies. Now, here's July. I don't know. I don't even know what Eddington is anymore. I've forgotten that one. But, yeah, the big ones are supposed to be the Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. Are the big ones people are really looking to go with. What was there? Well, there's one I saw an advertisement for. It's got, come on. Blonde guy, played Driver. It's a sci-fi movie with him where he goes off and the Earth is, all the stars are being, oh, good grief. All right, let's get back to, no, don't worry about typos, guys. I can barely spell, so type away. Is the Second Amendment of second article The Second Amendment is, I don't know the exact, but it is right after. I mean, I got my Constitution. I keep one of these around. Because I don't know the whole Constitution. Maybe I should. But I mean, let's see here. Let's get right to it. Do. Wow. Got a lot of preamble I forgot about in this. Come on. I don't want the facts. Just get me to it. Oh, I think I just went past it. There it is. Constitution of the United States. Article 1, Section 2. Let's see. Article... Where is it? Oh, come on. Article 1. Section 3. Oh, my gosh. Section 2. My gosh. I'm getting there, guys. Article 2. Article 2. Actually, I'm not sure. I have to look it up again. Section 2. House of Representatives, members of the states. Oh, here. Qualification requisites. I'll have to look it up. Honestly, I don't know exactly where it is. I know one of you guys might. All right. Connie, what's up, hon? Hey, you be nice to Snoopy. We don't have to agree with everything Snoopy says, but hey, Snoopy's not agreeing with everything we say. So we work together, guys, and work on what we can agree on. All right. So there are movies coming out, though, Jimmy. There's a good amount. That's why I got that up on the screen. I will move me out of the way, and you can actually see it then. Let's doink, boom, put me back in the corner. Nobody puts me in the corner. Yeah, I do, all the time. There we go. So, yeah, that's just some of them right there. All right. I know Snoopy went to the Jewish Hollywood thing, didn't he? The problem is a lot of the movies are just remakes and rebirth. Reboots and stuff. Redos. How many Fantastic Four movies have we had? And they never get it right. Superman. We've done Superman. We don't need another Superman restart. Same with Batman. No more restarts. Continue on to Batman Older or Batman Beyond or something. No more origin stories. This is pretty much almost a Superman origin story again. Fantastic Four. Pretty much another Fantastic Four origin story. Jurassic World. I don't know if it's going to be any good because it looks like Girl Boss again. All right. You did. Okay, I didn't even see him there. Snoopy did go. We know who controls Hollywood. Okay. Staying true to form. Got it. Oh, Jimmy. Well, I had to look, buddy. If you put it out there, I want to make sure. Make sure I don't just discount what you guys say. I try not to. I smash a little. Hey, how you doing tonight, Connie? Sorry, honey. I didn't say hi. How you doing? All right. Smash little letters on a keyboard with meat sausages. Hoping it makes sense. Yeah. Which is crazy. All the languages across our country, across our world. Across the world. It's crazy that we all come up with all these languages that are nothing alike. Barely anything in common. Man, I don't know. Some of the symbols in some countries, I don't know how they write those. There's no way they can write it as fast as we can write in English or even Spanish or other plain letters. Letters we recognize even if we don't know the words. Man, when you get into shit that's like, there's no way you're going to write that as fast. Very nice. But I don't know. Well, what did you think on average of Trump's speech? I think they're pretty much done. And then let's go and look around here. I had something I wanted to talk about. Oh, that's it. Yeah. This is hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. This guy is giving ICE agents exact directions on where the illegals are. It says, good job, sir. And I'm going to say, before we watch this even, We all need to be doing this. If you see police or ICE agents right now, even your local police are feeling a little better, if they're allowed to, better about trying to go after illegals, because they know that now we have an administration isn't just going to go, why the hell did you do this? And just boot them back out. So I say we all need to do this. Let's all help. Let's all help. Let's all do what this man does. This is great. I don't know if you guys haven't seen this. This is funny crap.
Take her. You doing?
This is while they're arresting a woman. They're already arresting a woman and some other illegals, getting them in the vehicles. I hear them yelling in the background. That's the yelling. So let me check the volume too. Okay. That's the yelling you'll hear in the background. And this guy walks up.
Take her. You're doing a good job. Real
Watch
talk,
this.
I'm the one that sent y'all the email to come over here. Yeah. Hey, around the...
He goes back and tells them more.
ICE is not playing. Woo! You don't want to mess with them, bro. You do not. If y'all went to the second light and make a right, at that second light, there's a whole park full of them. Yeah. First light, the light, 76 gas station, make a right. When you get to a first light, there's a whole park right there, a whole bunch of them just full of them with tents and all that.
He's telling them where to turn and everything. If you go down here to the gas station, take a right, then go over here to this park. Oh my God. Dude, that is savage. I love it. I love it. I had that on my phone just yesterday. I was like, oh no, I gotta talk about that. This guy is great. We need more of this guy. If you see ICE anywhere in your neighborhood, you know where they're at, point them in the direction. Point them there. He's laughing.
Get him up out of here. Man, ICE is not playing.
And I saw reports, I don't know why it's a big deal, because I don't give a rat's ass. He's an American citizen. He's an American citizen, but people are made a big deal out of it, because I saw somebody talking about today, said, well, he's black. Wow, even the black guys are turning in the illegals. Yeah. If you want to talk about demographics in this country, the black people don't want these people coming and taking the jobs. The black people are pulling themselves up, trying to struggle up. The ones who are working their ass off are. They're looking at these people coming in and taking their jobs and knocking them back down. Of course they're going to want them the hell out of there. But I love it. That is great. Oh my God. Oh no. More people doing it. Bunny, they can't come up with any new movies because they have burned out their brain cells. Yeah, and I saw somebody, oh God. I honestly don't know if this is on a Timcast episode or something else I heard. Somebody was saying, well, they can't make new movies now because they don't have cocaine anymore in their rooms when they're brainstorming. Used to be like, whoa, dude, wait, watch this. Here's an idea I've got. Yeah. No, paranormal investigators with lasers. Holy crap. I know, it'll be funny. But nobody thinks of it. Everybody's all like, so uptight. Well, we got to make sure we have the right gender people in here and the right amount of these people. And skin tone's got to have this. And everybody's so uptight. You stick a lump of coal up their ass and coming out diamonds. And they're bankrupt. This is the everybody gets a trophy for participating people. Not people that were on coked up and had actual a little bit going on in the upper cranium area. Yeah, Bunny, 100%. Good on that guy. At least one movie would be safe from a remake, Blazing Saddles. Oh, you are so wrong, Jimmy. They can remake Blazing Saddles today, but I don't know if it'd be Blazing Saddle. It'd be that movie. They would have to change so much. In fact, I'll bet that we'd have race and gender swaps. a hearty wreath and welcome. Help me give welcome to our new town cracker. That's what it would be. It would be. It would be the black and browns people and the sheriff coming in. The guy coming in being the sheriff would be the white dude. Let's a hearty wreath and handshake to our new town cracker. That's what it would be. Hey, Record Boy. I'll be done in a little bit. We'll go for a W after that. I'm not going to say the word because he knows the word. So, yeah, I think they could remake Blazing Saddles, but they would just race and gender swap it. They would remove all the good stuff. Get an ice jacket and go IRL streaming to hotspots. Oh, my God. There's a guy at my gym I've told you, he has a hat that says ice. He gets stinky looks like I do for this one. Like I said, there are a couple of unknown pronoun humans, shall we say, in my gym. And when you got the facial hair and still are wearing pink halter tops that say princess, just saying. Let me check everybody over on Grumble. Okay, I see you guys over there. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. We are kind of wandering after Trump's speech here a little. Little discussion about movies, TV, Hollywood, Jewish people, politics, people turning people into ice. I think we need to see more Americans doing this. There is no more originality. We all the good movie creators have passed on. Well, maybe not passed on, but they just don't care. And a lot of them have bought into this wokeness too now. Because nobody wants to be canceled, but they've been in Hollywood too long. They've stewed in that Hollywood lefty nastiness, the stewy goo in Hollywood. And now even they are affected. Hell, look what happened in Doctor Who. When R.T. Davies came back, everybody's like, yay, maybe he'll save Doctor Who, pull it back from the abyss. Nope. He went in and did the exact... Don't know what that's about. All dogs went nuts. But he went back in and he wrote it even more woke. So, yeah, I don't always think that the guys are still there, but don't think that they're going to save it. And George Lucas, come on. He's a multi-billionaire. He don't care anymore. Does he like what they've done to Star Wars? No. But does he care enough to get in and do something? No. And until, I don't know how they don't feel like maybe making money off Star Wars. Snoopy, I don't think ICE is arresting much of anybody. I think it's all a show just for the benefit of MAGA. I disagree. I've seen arrests even in my area. There are arrests going on, and more than probably I can remember. Problem is it enough still? No, we need more. But I will say this, Snoopy, with Trump's win in the Supreme Court this last week with all those district court judges, the Supreme Court openly was right for once. Said that, wait a minute, you can't have 680 district court judges, each of them that can overrule the will of the people. Then why do we have elections? If each little district court judge, a piddly little district court judge, 680 plus of these people, when one injunction gets struck down in court, well, then just another one of these 680 Democrat judges mostly goes and does, boop, another one, stop, that one gets struck down, boop, another one. It's bullshit. And the Supreme Court was right in saying you can't do this. You are going against what the people voted for. Besides, it's illegal. So there are a lot of arrests. And now I think Trump is he has a little more leeway to step it up, and I hope he does. There are a lot of arrests, though. Yeah, exactly. Jim Patterson, where do white women? So, boy, it'd be the other way around now. So I think that Blazing Saddles would not be recognizable, or it'd be worth watching if they remade Blazing Saddles under the wokeness quotients. It'd be worth watching just to roast it. It would be amazing. It'd be like an MST3K thing, Mr. Science Theater 3000. The guys sit down front and make fun of movies. It'd be worth it to do that too. It would be hilarious to make fun of it, because it's gonna be horrid. What'd you guys think of the new Spaceballs coming out, which is a sequel, not a remake, and Brooks is involved, so let's hope he didn't go woke. They could really do good with this. There's a lot of stuff to work with. If they don't go stupid, this is going to be good. Even Stephen King admitted he wrote a lot of his books on drugs. He was so, well, yeah, exactly, Bunny. And if you look up, if you are a fan of Stephen King or his older movies or books, look at him compared to him now. What are you doing, buddy? Sorry, my dog is making noises. But seriously, look at how he wrote, his style, what he did back then compared to now. It is nutso. He's gone so far left, so don't always think your old creators are going to come back and save stuff. They've been stewing in that lefty juice too long. And now that I say that out loud again, I need to stop saying that and never say it again, because lefty juice is disgusting. Okay, yeah, that's disgusting as hell. You don't see any ICE making any mass arrests. Are you hanging around illegals? Go hang out at a Home Depot in parts of LA. Are you hanging out with the illegals? Hell, I don't see a lot of mass arrests either, unless I happen to be in an area and going, hey, what is that? Whoa, hey, a van and a couple of SUV. Oh, they're stopping, you know. I mean, a lot of us don't live, a lot of the illegals live in their conclaves. So I don't hang out in the hood either. I don't hang out in the trailer park, so, you know. They're arresting people. They have real numbers, and they are arresting a lot of people, but it's still not enough. We need about 14,000 a day. They've been right around 2,000 to 3,000 a day. Hey, that's good. Not enough. But I really think that now that Trump's got this thing through the Supreme Court, that is kind of hobbled or neutered the lefties a little bit, that he's got more leeway to really step it up. There is something under my couch. I don't know what it is. My dog is really trying to get to it. If something comes flying out of there, it's furry. I'm going to... Man, he is staring under there. His 100-pound butt can't get under there, though. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's clean now, too. Maybe cocaine was not as bad as we thought back in the day. I don't know. We seem to have a lot more originality when we had all the movies where it was openly known that a lot of these producers and Hollywood stars, everything were, you know, doing the old nose candy there. Crazy how everything went nutso once they got rid of that. So maybe that kept these lefty personalities a little more stable. Yeah. Cocaine can be used to keep, I'm not a doctor, but maybe cocaine helps keep lefty personalities straight and narrow. You need state guard to do that, not ICE. Well, I don't, Snoopy, I kind of agree, but here's my proposal, and I know some of you guys have been on my streams, have heard me say this. I do not think Trump is doing it the right way. I think he needs to go hard. Not on arresting illegals so much. Stick with what he's doing right now. Don't amp it up. Go after everybody employing them. Yep, that's my dogs. Go after everybody employing them. Go after every bank. Banks are federal. Credit unions are federal. They're under federal laws. You and I have to have shitloads of documentation of who we are to get a bank account. We have to have proof of who we are. You go after every bank who has given them bank accounts or loans. You go after every employer. You go after insurance companies who are insuring them, for the ones that get insurance, for insuring illegals. People here illegally. People without driver's licenses. I knew one. No driver's license, but somehow in his state, he could get insurance. I'm like, how the shit do you get car insurance without a driver's license, a valid license? Just saying. You go after the reasons they are here. You make sure no federal dollar goes to giving food or housing to any of these illegals. Let these sanctuaries, if they want to be there and do it, fine, you spend all your money. And like we said earlier in the stream, cut off all dollars to sanctuary cities because they will just spend it. They'll move that money over from federal dollars to spend. And I don't know if you guys saw this. I believe it was New York just re-upped all the illegal alien hotels because they're getting shut down. So now they are going to somehow pull money out of their coffers in New York to the tune of a shitload to pay for illegals' housing. Fine, but then we should cut all money off to New York because any federal money going into there, they're just going to transfer it over there. Sorry. But yeah, transfer it right over there. Then we're paying for it again. It's stupid. Alligator Alcatraz. Dude, I want one of those shirts. Tell me you don't want an alligator Alcatraz. What? You've got your puppy. Sorry, now my dog is carrying around his stuffed puppy. So yeah, I don't think we need the state guard. I don't think we even need the ICE agents we have now. You go after employers. I mean, hella fines or shut your damn business down. You go after banks and credit unions. You seize every dollar from every bank and credit union that is not an American citizen's bank account or somebody here legally. How's that? You go to the bank, you go, show me the documentation showing this person's a citizen. You're supposed to have that. Show me their ID. Show me all that stuff you have to get for American citizens to have accounts. Oh, you don't have any of that on Shaniqua and Juan Pablo over here? Well, guess what? Juan Pablo and Shaniqua just lost all their damn money. You seize all of that. You start going after them for driving illegally. You go after them for any of these places are giving them hotels and money and everything else. And they will leave. No reason to be here. No way to support themselves. Gone. We will lose out of the 30 million Biden let in. I'll bet at least 15 of those million will leave on their own if you decimate every reason for them staying here. At least half of them will, if not more. That'll be probably more than Trump can get out in 4 years. Just doing that. I thought your cats learned to bark. No, not yet. Jax is working on it. If a hurricane comes along, and I doubt the illegals landed on us. What the hell? Partially flooded from rain and storm. Wouldn't that be too bad? I mean, that would be horrid. If Alligator Alcatraz is full of illegals and a hurricane hit it, that would be terrible. I would feel bad. For at least 29 and a half seconds, I would feel horrid. After that, I might feel a little bad. But all told, probably only a few minutes of, aw. All right. Now, Rumble, you guys are maintaining a good amount of people. Like I said, the chat, link to the YouTube chat is right there if you guys want to chat. If not, just feel free to keep watching. Thank you. Dude, please hit a thumbs up, though. By the way, to the rest of you, if you haven't, please give me thumbs up to the stream. I haven't even mentioned it once. See? I just enjoy doing this stuff. But yes, please give me thumbs up for the stream, guys. Give me a second here. I'm going to message my wife. I want to see if she still wants to walk the houndies. I want to make sure I'm not holding her up too much. Let's see. All right, there. All right. Trump wants to arrest noticers. Oh, what? Jewish crazy wants to send people like me to jail? What? I don't think he cares about you, Snoopy. I think he more would want to send the people that are warning the illegals and doxing ICE agents. That's what he's really pissed about. And he's openly said he's pissed. I don't think he's going to go after you, Snoopy. I don't think he gives too much of a rat's ass about that. He's really concentrating on his legacy. And whether you like it or not, buddy, the Jewish people aren't his legacy, and Jewish noticers are not the legacy. Trump wants to secure his legacy. His legacy is good economy, peace, and get rid of illegals. And he needs to do those three things. And I think that's what he's really concentrating on. You might be a number 4. You might be a 4th place. But yeah. What did I miss? Jim is telling Andrew cost us something, but I must have missed something from Andrew. Oh, okay, the ice jackets, yes. There you go. Yeah, Jim Patterson, they're $30 on Amazon. Ooh. I don't even want the jacket. I love hats. I have a lot of hats. Especially when you own a repair shop or your partner in an auto repair shop. A lot of suppliers come around and give you hats. I have a shitload of hats. I have like 2 or 3 Napa hats, you name it. I got them all. Of course, I got my 2 Trump hats. I got my Chesapeake Bay Retriever hat. I got a lot of them. My uncle has a bigger collection than I do, though. It's a redneck thing. Growing up in the redneck country land, I had a jet black hat. And this is when you could wear this, even as a teen. You could wear stuff like this. It was openly fine. Nobody gave you a stinker. Jet black hat that in pink said shit happens. Yeah. Come on, think back to... What the hell was that? I don't know what happened upstairs. My wife's playing with my dogs or what. All right. Let's see. But no, Snoopy, what do you think about my idea? Come on. I answer you a lot. Whether I agree with you or not, I answer you. Answer me. Don't you think that would be a better way to get the illegals out? I do. I've told the story that a lot of people where I grew up out in the country, put up hay bales and detasseling, now hire illegals. And yes, I will shoot some stink eye to farmers for that. Farmers, screw you, hire American. You may pay a little more, but hey, you know what? Probably getting a little better worker. But you have a red MAGA hat, right? No, I do not. I have 2 of these. I had a red MAGA hat, and somebody deleted it from my vehicle one time. I left my T-tops off in my car, and I got deleted. I do have a red Snap-on racing hat, though, that people have attacked me for, thinking it was a MAGA hat. And I'm like, dude, you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. I don't have anything Trump on. They see my red Snap-on racing hat, start going off on me, until I go, dude, have you read my hat? And then I'll, fuck you anyway. That's what I get. No, I don't have the red one. As bad as it would be, great incentive for illegals to self-deport or risk their lives landing in the mangroves. We had a black lab that was abandoned by his mom, and we had a cat raise him, so we learned to purr. Well, our 2 cats here, Jax and Pepper, oh damn it, I said his name and he looked at me, were raised by our last Chesapeake Bay Retriever, Coco, and Pepper used to get on his back as a kitten and do this on his side, and it couldn't get through the thick coat. She'd do this and curl up on him and sleep. So our 2 cats do love dogs. Problem is, when they grew up, Coco died, and we got the newer dogs, they're not as big of fans of the cats. They don't go after each other, but they also aren't big buddies. Cats really miss that. Hey, Jim, go for it. I do it. I'll admit I do it. And it's not illegal in a lot of jurisdictions anyway, just in some. But no, So no, I don't have a red MAGA hat. I have these 2. The red one went away. I don't know what happened to it. I think the guy somebody took it out of my car one day. I left T-tops off. But I have a red Snap-on racing hat that people have given me grief for. All they see is red. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Well, I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if you've been here all the time. Because Snoopy and us, we don't agree on some things, but we have had discussions on immigration in the past and a few other things that we do come to agreement on. So I don't think so, Ryan. I think Snoopy just has different opinions than us on a lot of things. Some of us would call extreme, but I'm sure from his point of view, some of our thoughts are extreme. But no, Snoopy has come in. And honestly, Snoopy has been in both the Rumble chat, and Snoopy does do spicier stuff on the Rumble side. When Snoopy comes over here, Snoopy's been very, very good about following the rules to help not get me in trouble. But when Snoopy goes back over to Rumble, Snoopy will post the spicier stuff. So no, we have had Snoopy here enough with plenty of talks where we disagree and then agree that I don't think so. Because I think the parts where we agree would also be where they'd want to foment some stuff, especially on immigration, especially on some of the policies, other policies of Trump that we all agreed on together. So I think they'd be pushing on that too, not just the Jewish thing. So there you go. All right. I've seen pictures of Kathy Griffin looking partially oh my God, yeah. Dude, what happened? It's like all these celebrities just get hate in their soul and they never get it out. All right, let's see here. I have not seen this one yet. This is right below the one we just watched where the guy was giving the ICE guys directions, the ICE agents directions, by streets and turns where to go find some more illegals, and laughing his butt off as he did it. Now, this one here I have not seen. This Publius says, call ICE hotline and get in the game. ICE needs our help locating the illegal alien invaders. I totally agree. I've already said if I ever see ICE out there, if I ever see illegals, I will get on their website. I actually get posts from ICE on Facebook. I get posts from ICE in a few other places. And I like and love when they are arresting people. And Snoopy, feel free to go look up ICE's sites. They are posting arrests. They are posting, they're catching them. And Christy Gnomes had some good ads for ICE and immigration stuff. So yeah. All right, take a quick listen to this one to see how this goes.
I'm calling Trump on you, you illegal motherfucker. I'm calling Trump on you, you illegal motherfucker. I'm calling Trump on you, you illegal motherfucker.
She deserves a full screen. And you notice this? The last guy was black. That's what I've been reported. And this one is a lot of black people are all for getting these illegals out who are screwing up their economy.
I'm calling Trump on you, you illegal motherfucker.
There's got kids in the car. Look at this kid. Kid in the passenger seat. I don't know if that kid's happy or horrified. Oh, Mom, please stop. Oh, my God. That is harsh. That is harsh. Damn. I like the sentiment, though. All right. Oh, no. All right. Hang on. I'll catch up, you guys. We'll go to another couple of these. And I'm going to be out of here in about 5-10 minutes. Can't believe he's real. If it is, it would just hurt something deep inside me. Or really somebody so conspiracy brain. Well, I don't know, Ryan. I got some conspiracies. I don't think we've ever been told everything about 9/11. I really don't. I mean, come on. JFK, Epstein, 9/11. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about. Now, do I think, by the way, and Snoopy is not the only one that thinks the Jews are behind every tree and rock and everything gone wrong in the country, in the world even. So I can't say that because I've run into a couple people personally who thought the Jewish people were pretty much the root of every dang bad thing that's ever happened since the dinosaurs, but still makes sense on other stuff too. So I don't know. I'm gonna kind of back Snoopy on this. I don't agree with the Jewish stuff. I do disagree. But there's too much we've agreed on where this person could have been trolling to try to turn things against Trump and did not. So that's just my little point of view. Ryan, that lady's hella funny. Bro, we shouldn't be held responsible for what we say when we're super heated because it's damn near impossible to say the worst stuff about someone. Yeah. Yes. All right, this one. MAGA voice. Holy shit. ICE just posted this badass video of them catching an illegal alien from someone calling their tip line. Yes, they have a tip line, guys. And I keep telling American citizens, if you see or know where illegals are, call the tip line. When you call our tip line, we listen. This is exactly what I voted for. I do not know what is going on. There is some type of argument going upstairs between my wife and the animals. All right, so let's look at this one. Oh, yeah.
Down, take down. Down, get down. That's fine. Hands. Cállate la boca.
You know what's funny about all this? Not just them getting tackled, but it'll tell you everything you didn't know, that most of our immigration enforcement officers are Hispanic. because they want America to be American. They don't want them here. That's why the Hispanic population was turning to Trump. They came here legally, or they've been here for generations after coming here legally, and they want America. They don't want America to turn into Mexico or Guam or... Wait a second, I got to do something with my dog. Riker, whatever you're doing, no. Leave it. Go, no. You go upstairs with your puppy. Don't be spilling stuff. Go. Go. Sorry, guys. I had a dog who was trying to grab a pop can and pick it up, and he was going to puncture it. In fact, I think he did, so I got laid on his side. He punctured a pop can. Andrew, time's up. I know I'm not going to tell my wife, though. But no, a lot of the Hispanics are... Hispanic agents are out there because just like a lot of black people per capita, there's a lot of black cops because they're tired of the shit in their neighborhood. And same with the Hispanic, the Border Patrol people. They're like, done. We didn't leave our countries to come here and watch this one turn into the same damn place. So I love it. I'm glad to see this one. ICE arrested an illegal immigrant in Houston, Texas that say he's a sex offender. Huge. Deport him to El Salvador. I voted for this. 100%. Oh, music. Not going to do the music just in case. And I do like that they are showing all the body cam footage and they have some camera people going with them. They are letting some of the media go with them because Trump wants this all out in the record. He wants it in the open for multiple reasons. One, to show everybody he's doing it. Two, to put the fear of God in the people who are here illegally. That's a good thing. You should go listen to Stu Peters, Tucker Carlson. Yeah. I'd Snoopy. I don't know Stu Peterson. I do know Tucker Carlson. And I don't know Red Ice. Y'all voted for greatness. 100%, Andrew. And you guys need a Trump, and you need one now. And I'm sorry, Keir Starmer's not it. Keir Starmer is not good for you guys. My wife likes seeing the Durango police cars. ICE tip line, 866 DHS 2 ICE. Damn. That'll make you call ICE a lot more. Cat is head bumping. Extremely important. Yeah, TikTok user has created a site that gives updated ICE information all throughout America. Yeah. Isn't this the person who got in trouble with CNN? Or is this a different one? This gives our exact location details of spotting so illegal immigrants can avoid ICE. Yeah. That is crap.
I want to see what the latest...
I'm not blowing this one up for you.
This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the ICE line that we have created, and that is linked in my bio on the link tree. This is going to be on my laptop, so it might look
oh my god, Andrew, that's a long time
on your cell phone, but it should function in a very similar way. So what's really cool is that this is an interactive map. So let's say that I am in the Los Angeles area and I want to see what the latest news is.
Does anybody know does not know how to drop a pin and look things up? My god, it's just pretty standard, but just still stupid. Nah, I'm not going to listen to her too long. Andrew, our next election until 2029. That is insane. How long do you guys go between your elections? But yeah, you guys need to do something. I'm not sure how much your country's going to be left in 2029. I really don't know. Ryan, a lot of Mexicans, whoa, chat. Especially those that are second gen, can't stand. Yes. I have a friend and his family who are second or third gen? No, second gen. His dad came here, actually came here illegally at first. Then he went right away, joined up in our military and fought in 2 wars for this country. And while he was away, he did everything to become a citizen. But I think if you go and join our military and fight in 2 wars for this country, that's crazy. So yeah, his family is second or third gen here, and they hate the illegals. His whole family. So yeah, you're right, Ryan. They really can't stand them. Yeah. They believe the new migrants aren't the same ambitious. No, they're not. Because the people who originally came here from Mexico, Central America, Africa, whatever, came here to be American, flying our flag, speaking our language, didn't come here with hands out, didn't have to have $3,000 a month given to them in cash, plus free medical, plus free food, plus free gaming systems, plus free phones. They came here, they were handed a little baggie of food, a little bit of money, and said, go forth, be American. Join America, welcome, go to work. You are now here legally. That's what they became here. These people are coming here flying their flags. Viva la Mexico. Waving Mexican flags. That's why the Hispanics that are legal immigrants here hate them. They want to be American. They may look back at Mexico fondly at times. That's our home country at one time. We came from there like we do with UK. A lot of us here in this country look over to Europe and go, dude, yeah, we came from there at one time, but we're American. That's the way they look at it. They see these others come here flying the Mexican flag, painting the Mexican flag on the hood of their cars, not speaking English, not wanting to be American. So, yeah, they hate them. They hate them. Because they see how good their families have it by being American. Jimmy, just walk through any store screaming immigration in your best Spanish accent. Oh my God. Oh, that is harsh, dude. What is that? Oh my God, dude, that is horrible. I wonder what ICE is in Spanish. I don't know that word. I mean, immigration I could do, but ICE? Huh. El ISO? I don't know what ICE is in Spanish. Actually, let's find out. Let's learn. Is it still La Migra or something? That's what it used to be, immigration, La Migra. Hello. Hello. So walk in yelling Halo. Actually, I bet you can just yell ICE. But Halo. Or Halo. Ice Frost. Okay. But I bet you just yell ICE. Or La Migra. La Migra will pretty much do it, I'm betting. I'm just guessing. Alright. That's just me. Hey, MagD5, what is up, man? La Migra. Ryan's still going La Migra. I'm betting they all remember that phrase, and I bet it works just fine. So I remember 80s, 90s, La Migra. Then they changed it to ICE, and people are like, but, yeah. How you doing, Mag? How you feeling, man? A legal Mexican friend called immigration on some illegal tickets. Damn right. Because, Jimmy, that guy you know came here to be American, to be part of America, to contribute and build here, and give back to the country that's giving to him just as much. He's looking at these others waving their Mexican flags, don't give a shit. And he's like, bullcrap. Hey, buddy. Nice, very nice. Nice puppy. Nice puppy. Mexicans resell California. Look what a communist hellhole has become. Snoopy, you're right. Come on, Ryan. You got to give Snoopy that one. It's pronounced yellow. Oh, yeah, because the H is kind of silent. Yeah. Yep. Yellow. Yep, my bad. It's like yellow or something like that, right? Isn't it, Ryan? Yellow. I took Spanish in high school, but I really have not used it much. Boy, you think I should be learning it again, shouldn't you? No, I've refused. I've been cranky about making sure I kind of forgot it because I wasn't going to stoop to using their language. Nope. Yeah? La Migra. That one still sticks. I'm sure they know that one. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, we saw this one. This is one we watched showing the ICE agents where the illegals are. I love that. We might play that real quick before we leave again here in a little bit. Oh, God, where was that TikTok girl? Did you guys see that? Oh, let me see if I can find it on X. Here, hang on. If I can type. This chick right here. I don't know if you guys saw this. Deported TikToker re-enters the United States using fake papers and boasts about it online. She filmed herself the whole way. Filmed herself, fake documents, everything coming back into America. That is crazy. Snoopy, none of the ones I know. None of the ones I know, Snoopy. Every real American Mexican immigrant to America who wants to be American all fly American flags. My neighbors down the street, the ones I talk about, they are going to have a fireworks display tomorrow that you would not believe. Every one of them there is cheering for America. I see no want to go to Mexico from any of them. I have another friend, and yet don't get me going that he runs a landscaping business. His whole family was talking to me today about which of the fireworks celebrations. There's 2 of them in my area tonight they're going to go to, and which ones are going to tomorrow to celebrate America. They don't fly anything Mexican. You see nada. And they have some family. The one family has some family back in Mexico. They will go back and visit once a year, but they do not do anything but American stuff. The only ones I see flying Mexican flags are the illegals. That's the only ones I ever see flying Mexican flags. There you go. See, look at that, guys. You can connect with Snoopy sometimes. All right. No, migra is the actual word. It's used for ice. They don't have another word that's commonly used. Okay. All right. I didn't think so, Ryan, because I've never heard the other one. I've still heard la migra. I've heard that. That's what I'm seeing in California. Well, come on, Snoopy. Most of those are illegals and or the anchor babies of illegals. I'm not counting those as Mexican Americans. The fake anchor baby crap. These are the ones, anchor babies. That's what you get. You get people who still think they're Mexican, but they're here getting their freebies, so they hate this country. Those aren't Americans. Spanish learned in high school is the correct from Spain. Yes. Yes, Bunny. I know. I used to have a customer at my shop. Their family was from Spain. They did not like if you talked about, they do not like the Mexicans. They were kind of racist against them and said the languages are not the same. Not even close. Mostly liberal Muppets in California. Jimmy, you've made me laugh all night, dude. Holy crap. That's nice, man. All right. Yeah, look at this chick. When I got deported, we got fake papers and came back in 2 days. That is the shit that needs fixed. And they're just drinking. Got her music going. I'm going to be careful. That's going to be careful there. She actually talks about where she goes to get them and stuff. To get her papers and stuff. Shows her way through all of it. And there's more videos out there of her doing this. This is crazy stupid. I hope they find her. I think I saw something on where Tom Homan was actually saying, oh, yeah, we're looking for her. At least I think so. I'll have to try to find out. But yeah, that's stupid. I mean, she's listing where she's going, how she's doing things. That's just nuts. But yeah. Here's the video catching her in the act. And she was posting it on TikTok. So I wish our government could be as quick as TikTok followers. They were following her. They knew what plane she was getting off because she was showing everybody where she's going. So, you would think they're the trail there. They should be able to find her ass. I would hope. Oh, no. Yeah. Oopsie. All right, let me, I do have to go walk my dogs here in a minute, guys, so let me puff up real quick here. Boing! Come over and talk to you guys for a minute and get out of here. My dog is right behind me, dude. I can hear him back there. Why? And, by the way, Jax. Where's Jack's cat? Hey, Riker. I know, that's your puppy. All right, Ryan Jones. Jay Watterson gives me the flip-flop, but Jay Watterson, look, it's a Jack's cat. Right there. I'm out of the way. That's Jax. Snoopy, didn't you know the red on the Mexican flag is for the Jewish blood? Oh, no! No! Damn it, Ryan. Oh. Ryan just pulls out that big old spoon. Let's stir that pot. Nicely done. Oh, don't do it, man. Oh, my Lord. All right. Checked Rumble over there one more time. Run, Forrest, run. With my lungs, it's jog and then in this humidity. I was a translator for a big hospital in the city. Speak, read, and write. I translated for everyone. Uh-oh. Bunny is undercover illegal. Uh-oh. He is really ignoring me. You guys can't see. Off camera, I have one big dog right here. I mean, he's laying right here with his stuffed duck. He got his puppy back. Now he has his duck. Jax is here. Grace is over there. And our third dog, Gemma, is back on the other side of the couch on the dog bed. They are all watching me. Audio? Oh, F11's audio? Okay. Okay, so I'm still there. Don't do that to me, buddy. Damn it. Damn it, don't do that. All right. Well, guys, I am going to get out of here. Go take them for a W. They need one. If the wife hasn't gone to bed, she'll go with me. Your photo looks... Oh, boy. Now I don't want to get off here, but I've been on long enough anyway. I do appreciate it, guys. It was nice to see Trump start off the 4th of July celebrations with a nice little speech. It was nice to see the lack of stuttering, the ability to go on script and right off script and go right back to the on script as usual. Donald Trump at his age is far, far better than Joe Biden was probably at 10 years ago. All right. All right, last thing. Ryan Jones. Just saying within a week, Snoopy's going to be sleeping under a Mexican flag bedspread and writing his last name. No, Ryan, I don't know if you're here for the stream. Snoopy really doesn't care for the illegals. He agreed with us on a lot of stuff to hunt illegals before. He just doesn't think enough's getting done, and I can't agree with him on that. All right, guys, I do have to get out of here. My wife upstairs getting everything ready for the dogs. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with my skippy little ass, and thank you for you guys. I had a rough day in the garage today working on a car, putting an axle in and stuff, but I do appreciate you guys coming and making me laugh. Audio was on your end. I double checked. I hit my mute on this one. I can hear it. Yes. Ha ha, it wasn't me. But I do appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Please hit thumbs up and share the channel out. That is the call to go. So I got to go. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'll be back tonight or not, but maybe. We'll see. All right. Talk to you later.